So, when we last off, you, the Crimson Tide, have fled the city of Silverden in an attempt to escape the Miller's Dueling Club, as a number of vampires that seemingly run it have kind of taken over the club and everybody from the Sanguine Nightingales.
I apologize for my past.
My staff. You made a narrow escape aboard the Siren's Beacon. After facing off against the young blue dragon on a midnight sea, you found yourselves in the town of Timber Falls, the town where many of you first met on your journey. Finding X's once lover alive but heavily wounded after an apparent attack from Jared, a former servant from Timber Falls who attempted to assassinate you in Moonshade, that was promptly turned to ash by Lumba, ended up kind of reconnecting there. After an evening of trauma for Lothric, the party set out to traverse the Grassland region on their journey towards the capital city of Pinehall. So, on the way, you were unfortunately ambushed after knocking your cart over.
Yeah, when we did that.
We were in the middle of cleaning it up, though, weren't we? Oh, it's still on its side.
Yeah.
Oh, it's still... Oh, wow, we fucked.
So... What? No, go to full size. Why is it not going to full size? I should be able to change... Oh, nope, right here. Windowed mode. Okay. Keep... There. So, this is what you are looking at. These three turdlets right here are Pachyrots.
Are they
predatory?
Pachyrots?
No, they're another thing.
Oh, okay.
But I had to use their mini.
Okay.
So, what you are looking at is a group of Pachyrots that has ended up kind of following you along the way. Let me do the actual... Let me do the actual recording so that you guys can look back over the combat. There. I record the video. So, this is the Pachyrots. Right here we have, if I can get the mouse over there, Judith, Celeste, I believe, Lothric,
Yep.
Lumba, and X. Let's pull you from under the cart because you weren't killed. That's probably
Much appreciated.
And I hope these Pachyrots have less HP now that there's significantly less of us to fight them.
I mean, maybe.
There's not.
We're
So-
gonna die.
Yeah.
You are
Not
all
necessarily. I got
currently
spells.
here. The horses are alive and attached, but the cart is upset on the road.
Great. Come.
And these things are pretty much right on top of you. So,
Are they hostile?
they appear to be.
Worth a shot.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. Right now, these Pachyrots, they're elephants that do not have a trunk. They have tusks and an open, toothy mouth, and they seem to be rushing in your direction. So, let's roll initiative.
Ah, shoot.
23.
Ooh, okay.
Nat 20.
Hey, good job.
The new arena.
It is. It's the good luck arena. Do you have a name for this arena?
This arena?
The arena.
The arena. Okay.
That's my name.
I like it. It's very original.
I would prefer Daggerfall.
Alright.
I got a 7.
A 7?
And I
Which is
got-
going to be terrible for us because I actually have a really good spell that would help us tremendously, but
Yep.
I won't be able to cast it.
Celeste.
I got a 16.
That's it. A 16?
16.
Okay.
10-6.
Alright. For the purposes of this, you do not know where Serenity and Sudi are.
They disappeared.
What I'm going to do, since they are not here and I don't want them to just be in danger, because you're headed to one of the most dangerous territories on the Vermont Empire's landmass,
Good to know.
they slept in. They are currently still back in Timber Falls.
Great.
Oh, okay.
Imagine Serenity probably slept in, and Sudi is giving the innkeeper staff fucking absolute
A
hell.
run for their money.
So you guys, yeah, we'll just save for that now. They'll probably catch up at some point, but
I would have really liked to have Serenity because she also has a spell.
yeah, but
Now she don't.
Bullshit, but it's fine. Alright, let's fight these things.
So
Let's fight these fuckers.
first
Let's
up
go.
in the initiative order is, and I'll zoom in just a little bit. This is X first. What are you doing?
Alright, so is this guy the one near the cart the closest to me?
This guy right now, or really this guy? Either one.
Okay.
They're both relatively close to you.
Okay. I would like to use my action to hide behind the cart.
Alright, so you want to move. Let's
Or I want to
see.
move behind the cart and hide as my
Alright, so like a 5, 10. Let me get you all the way around to like here, so we can still kind of find you.
Yeah.
So there we go. And then eyes make a stealth check.
Stealth check.
Yep.
Stealth check. 14.
Alright, I'll keep track.
And then I will just hold my action until I'll hold my action until the creature nearest to the cart turns away from me enough that I am now flanking it. Because right now it's kind of facing the cart.
Yeah.
Like if it turns.
So you would have to wait for somebody else to get on the opposite side of it.
Oh.
Did they bring you another drink?
Another
Then.
drink. Did you order another
Plus
drink?
your assassinate feat, you
Oh, well,
get
they
an
gave me
auto
another drink,
crit
I guess.
against anything that hasn't taken a turn yet.
What?
So you can hold your
then that
turn, but
comes
you have to
with your
hope that
meal.
you beat it.
I did get a combo.
Otherwise,
yeah.
it's not an auto crit.
I didn't change your
Oh, shit.
Then I got your whole combo. Tip it handful. I did get another drink.
It's fine. I'll drink it.
I will hold my
The
turn
classic
at least
chicken with
until.
ranch, no mayo, no pickle.
I will hold my turn until somebody
Your combo.
flanks the makes it so
Until
the creature's
someone-
flanked.
Alright, so X is holding her turn until somebody
And that's
flanks the
yours.
creature.
Alright.
Alright. Lumbite is
Let me
your
get me
turn.
more fries.
It's chicken!
Rachel.
Success. Okay. First thing first. Using a wild shape to do fox stew. He's out.
Alright.
He's my friend. He's sitting next to me. Then I am gonna get.
It's not a pretzel bun. It's fine. It's chicken.
That's what you have, just eat it.
Then
It's food now.
I am going to be prepared to get hit by these things and cast Bark Skin.
Okay. Alright, so you cast Bark Skin, you have your wildfire spirit out. Let me very quickly put the little bastard out.
The little bastard.
You have to help me find the Beasts tab. I believe this is it. And then what we'll do is we'll put Fox. Let me know when you spot him. Somewhere in here. I think it's right at the beginning. Wait, this guy?
No, that's a
That's a
bulldog.
I can't quite tell. I'm
That's
looking
a
at it
bulldog.
sideways.
None of these are foxes.
Okay,
I was
well,
like, choose the angry dog.
this guy's bright red, so he's gonna be your wildfire spirit because he's bright red.
Great.
He's an orangutan. Where do you
Yeah.
want him?
Oh, we don't want the wildfire spirit?
I believe there's a certain range where you can summon it.
Do wildfire spirits count as making a creature flanked?
It would.
Right on the opposite side of the creature that
I'll still eat
I'm
it.
gonna put it
But,
on
like,
the opposite
with, like,
side of the
a
creature.
spicy
What's the range that you can
flakes
put him in?
on
Is it 30
and
feet?
bacon on it.
Ah,
and
fuck,
not
I don't
pepper
know.
on it.
That tells me what he
So-
can do.
Which is also bad because if I was a Jewish person, I couldn't eat this because it has bacon on it.
Yeah.
Are you Jewish?
No.
Okay, then there's not a reason we're talking about it.
I'm just saying, they didn't get the bun right. They added stuff on here that I did not ask for that looks spicy. Like,
You want me to take a bite, see if it's spicy or not?
I know it's gonna be spicy. It's the little crispy things
Okay,
for the breading for
we're
the.
trying-
It doesn't say that there's a certain range.
Okay. I believe it's 30 feet, so for now I'll roll that it's within 30 feet because either way you can. You can put him right here, directly on this dude's ass.
Yeah, I love that.
There. So this is flanking so far, but you would have to get into melee with him to do that.
Okay.
You can hit him within range, but either way. So, You cast Bark Skin. That's your turn.
Yep.
All right, Celeste, it is your turn.
Can I do it with a ranged weapon though?
Flanking, I believe you need to have somebody flanking on the other side, like in melee. And so if somebody else were to get into flanking with it,
but if Rachel's Fire Spirit is within melee range and I use my javelin,
you have to be in melee as well.
Oh, I have to be in melee.
Yes.
Okay.
That way, it's kind of a almost Dumb and Dumber, two people in your face at once, kind of a thing.
Okay. Well, I held my action until he was flanked.
What I would let you do is you could be closer here into melee and still hiding with the cart.
Okay. So say I held my action until he was flanked.
Yeah, I'm gonna put you right here so that we can see you, and then yes, you are flanking.
Okay.
So, Celeste, it's your turn. If you're gonna do your held action, we'll do that quick, and then you consider your turn.
You okay if I auto crit this guy real quick?
Yes.
Yeah.
Please
Cool.
go ahead.
Okay, go for it.
All right. I see that Limba's what's the fox's name? Tails. I was right. Tails. Well, sorry, I was thinking of Sonic, and I was like, I don't think
Yeah.
that's right. Is flanking, and I go, yes, excellent. He is flanked. I have my sword drawn. I pop out from
Which one?
my right hand.
Well, which is?
Oh, that's
hot
right.
or cold?
I have the hot and cold one. I forgot that they were enchanted. I have my flame gun
Okay.
out.
Good job, you got the name right.
Did I?
Yeah, you got
Sick.
it.
All right. I pull out my flint tongue, and I whisper the fire in Draconic, whatever my magic word is to ignite it.
You can pick a random ass sound if you want it to be the sound.
Activate it.
Are you ever gonna remember that?
Probably not. They'll change every time.
No, but I will.
Fuck. I'm just gonna start saying fuck. Fuck is the magic word. Fuck is what ignites it.
No, you make me say the word every time I want to use
Yeah,
mine.
shush. I'm X. I'm stupid. My intelligence is still. Anyway, we're trying to move on. And I stab into this thing right where right where the arm
Yep,
based off
right
of
into
this,
the shoulder.
Yeah, right where
So,
the
roll one
is.
attack.
I'm sorry, I did excited playing. Go.
Roll attack.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Go.
Oh, right.
Go. Make the thing be dead.
19.
19 will hit.
Sick.
You stab into the thing. It's an auto crit.
Okay. So I get 1d6 plus 2.
Yep.
Okay. So 1 plus 2 is 3 for piercing damage.
That's always the right thing.
And then
Please
what
check.
does that
I want to check.
I'll do auto.
You double it.
So okay, so that's
Double all of your dice.
double all of them. Oh, so I can just roll 2 dice then
You
technically.
can either roll 2 dice or you
Oh.
can roll and then double
I'll
that
just
dice
roll.
value.
I thought okay. I'll just
Either way.
roll 2 dice. All right.
Soda.
So and then I don't get to double the bonus though, even though
Not the
I rolled 2.
not the like.
So if I
stuff.
1d6 plus 2, it's not 2d6 plus 2.
No, it would be if your normal stat for the sword
I'll just
is
add 2 to the
1d6
total. So
plus
I'll just add 2
2,
to
and
the
then
total.
it's 2d6 and then plus the 2.
Plus the, okay.
Yep.
Okay, so 5 plus 5 is 10, so that's 12. 12 piercing damage. And then I get 2d6 again, but then I get to double it, so
Yep.
I get 4d6 of fire damage,
Alright.
which would be 6, 10, 11, 12, 13. So that's 13 fire damage.
Alright.
So 25 damage overall.
Okay. So, you run forward and seeing this thing up close.
That was sneak attack because I was hiding.
Yep. Yeah, you double your sneak
Sorry.
attack too.
I'm still learning. Plus
I'll
3d6.
keep narrating once you're done with the sneak attack damage.
There's so many.
6, 9, 11. So if I double that, that becomes 22 sneak attack damage.
22 sneak attack damage
So
on top
that
of
should
that.
be 47 total damage.
Yes. So, running up and around the cart
None.
as you hid behind it, it did not know that you were there. You ended up running up straight towards it with the flame tongue dagger out. What you do see is you run towards it, getting quite a bit closer. This is like a normal African elephant. It has 2 large tusks. It has the intelligent eyes, but there's no trunk. There's just the holes where the nose would be, and there are no massive ears. They're just flat, bald to the skull. No ears visible.
I hate
And
that.
this kind of hanging mouth of open teeth. And as you
Ew.
see that and go, what the fuck? You just kind of reach up and slash in and carve right around the shoulder of it. It instantly cauterizes with the flame tongue. But it does a fuck ton of damage and the thing kind of falls to one knee screaming. Now, Celeste,
Mm-hmm.
You're going at the same time as this.
I'm going to the one that's not right in front of us.
Okay. So,
Is it a Voldemort elephant?
No.
Is that what that looks like?
I'm gonna run up to the
No. It's
one closest to me.
this is you right here. So, 5, 10. Or do you want to go for this guy here?
No, the one over here.
Okay, so 15,
Yep, that
20,
one.
25.
Yep.
This guy here. You're in melee. You see the same thing as you run up to it, and it is fucking uncomfortable.
Yeah, it is. I'm gonna do some unarmed strikes.
Alright.
I'm gonna do 2 unarmed strikes,
I'm
and then
gonna deck this bitch in the
and
face.
then I'd also like to do a stunning strike as well. So, but that is after, I think. So.
You can choose to do it when it hits.
Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna use a key point to do that real quick here. Then.
Yep. Well, make your attacks.
Yes.
Start there.
Wait. Are you?
Because if
Wait,
you flub all
over
your
here.
attacks, then you don't want to spend a key point.
19.
19 will hit.
Okay, cool. That's gonna be. I'm gonna punch it, basically. Sorry,
Yeah.
that wasn't clear. I'm gonna punch this bitch. It's a 5. The first one's a 5.
5 points of damage.
Yep.
Alright.
And shit. Fucking tits. 15.
15 will hit.
Oh, good. Good. It's gonna be a fucking 9
Alright.
for damage.
So, as a base, you run up, and you're like, I could grab this elephant by the nose. There's kind of the trunk and pull, and you're like, there's no trunk. And so you reach up and kind of grab onto the tusk and pull yourself up as you reach up and just punch it straight in the eye. And then at the same time, kick forward against this toothy mouth with your foot. And just jam your foot into the mouth, and you feel the jaw go inward just a little bit. No, I'm narrating how you're fighting a Pagina, not eating French fries. I appreciate it. You cannot bribe the DM. Anything else you're gonna do? You want a stunning strike? You said.
Yeah.
All right.
So now he's stunned.
Well, you have to make him make a save.
Oh, it's a con.
It's a con save.
Yeah.
All right. Rolled a 20.
You piece of shit!
Has a +3. So.
Can I spend another key point and do it again?
Yep, on the other strike you can.
Good. Roll it again.
Bitch, roll it again. Ooh, nat 1.
Yeah, he's good.
So this one is stunned.
God, these are so good.
And as you kind of hit it in the eye, it shrugs it off because it has the more bony skull available to protect itself. But as you hit it in the jaw, it has to take a second to work its jaw back into place. And in the meantime, it's just stuck there trying to figure out what the fuck just happened. That'll be the end of your turn.
Yep. Oh, can I, well, everyone can see this, right?
Yep.
I don't have to telegraph to everybody that this thing is done.
I mean, you can all see tapping it out like Morse code.
SOS!
You can see, for the most part, that she does this, and the thing just kind of locks up.
Okay, good.
You know, kind of like in anime when the cat just kind of and is kind of stuck. Right? It just kind of does that, has this shiver, and then stops moving. And she's standing in front of it, and it doesn't seem to be reacting.
Okay, cool.
All done?
I'm all done now.
All right. It is the first one's turn.
Which one is the first one?
The one you hit.
Oh no.
So, this one is going to get back up off of its knee. Kind of instantly cauterized wound. It's not bleeding, but it is fucking hurt. It is going to... It is going to fucking run.
I get an attack of opportunity though, don't I?
Yes,
so I'm
you
within
do.
melee range.
So, roll an attack.
Melee.
And
Melee
so does your fire spirit if you choose.
But yeah, he does. Tell us all about that opportunity.
With the attack of opportunity, do I get to add the sword's hit DC to it?
Yes.
Okay, 13.
13 will hit.
Ooh, 13 will hit.
My
You
guess
don't
is that
get
they
sneak
have.
attack and stuff like that,
That's
but
fine.
it's a
But
base.
My guess
okay.
is that they have very low AC, but
Yeah.
a fair amount of health.
Well, he said 40. The 47 I did fucked it up, so.
Fucked it up pretty good.
So
An intelligent creature that loses that much in one hit is out.
6 plus 2, so it did an additional 8 piercing damage And then, because it's still fucking on fire, it did an additional 4 fire damage. So 12 damage total.
Sweet. So as it turns, you see the opportunity to take your flame tongue and just be like, and stab straight in, just kind of on the hip, the back hip, as it turns around and runs.
I rolled a 14.
14 will hit.
Fuck yeah.
Low AC.
What you got?
Set it on fire, Tails. This one time.
8 points of fire damage?
Yeah. Little flame seed.
Yeah. It just kind of takes a second and turns and sees this little fire spirit. And kind of like when an elephant gets afraid of a mouse, it kind of rears back and it takes the hit directly into the throat and just kind of starts to... You see the scorching sensation and smell burnt hair. But it continues to run.
Good job, kill.
So that's going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. He's just trying to get the fuck away. So, that is its turn. Now we're going to go to the one by Celeste. Celeste, it is going to...
Is it gold?
Yeah,
Okay.
it is going to...
Hit me when you got shot.
15 plus 8.
23.
Yeah, 23 to hit.
What the fuck? Yeah?
So,
It's real fucking big, man.
The hell?
2...
Hold on, wait a minute. Hold on, wait a minute. Hold on, wait a minute. Hold on, wait a minute.
It's going to make a bite attack. Do you need me to hold on still? Or do you want to take your
I
damage?
thought I could do something in my thing that could make me, I don't think I can.
Okay. 27 points of piercing damage.
I'm sorry, what?
Yep.
Whoa,
and make
what
a constitution saving throw for me.
I'm sorry, you said how many?
27.
Oh, shit.
Want to see him?
Oh wait, this one's stunned. It can't do that.
Yeah, I was about to say!
That's it.
Yeah, bitch.
I was about
Okay.
to say!
But this guy, what it is going to do, X and Celeste, make each of you roll a d20 for me.
Some sort of save I need to know about?
No, it's just curiosity.
That killed the cat,
Oh
so...
shit, it's a good thing I'm not a cat.
Sid is not a Sid is a cat. Okay.
Uh-oh.
That one.
Uh-oh.
That one.
It's a 1.
Oh no.
What have you got?
Roll a 20. D20.
Oh, sorry. Oh, shit.
Uh-oh.
I rolled a 19.
19?
Wait, what is it? Plus...
Nope.
Is this a
No,
con
just
save?
just the roll.
Oh, okay, then it's 19.
Yeah, it's going after us.
Write
that one.
Write that
I am
one
going to
down.
write it down. I'm going to write it down.
Write that down.
Don't worry.
Write that down.
I'm getting fucked. You're right. You got Shit.
I have all these. No.
Did you not eat all your sandwich?
Okay.
You threw it away.
This guy is going to
I thought you
make
had food.
a trampling charge attack
Oh, shit.
at you.
Okay.
He's going to go 5,
If you want some bite, you can
15, 20, 25. Hold on. Let me turn him around because he's here. So, what he is going to do, it's going to attack you for a 9 to hit.
9 does not hit.
9 does not hit. There we are. Let me see.
It's good. Let's just try it.
And then it is going to make a stomp attack. An 11 to hit.
Does not hit.
Does not. You got really
It's
lucky.
melon bread. They were
Very good.
telling us
I was
about
like,
that.
it tastes like fruit. Why?
It's the melon bread they were telling us
So,
about.
That's perfect.
this thing comes rushing forward, mouth open, and tries to gore you on its tusks. You dodge just out of the way as its head kind of rips forward and up, missing you entirely and just gouging the ground where you were. Then, rearing up, it takes the momentum that it had and lifts both of its front feet off of the ground in an attempt to stomp you down, and you roll back out of the way. It misses you both times, Thank God.
It's a blueberry sour.
Next, Lothric, it is your turn.
Alright, Lothric.
Lothric,
Fuck him up!
Yeah, Lothric!
See, now here's the thing. I was going to just cast a spell that would just make 2 of them run away immediately.
You can still do that.
Yeah, but now I feel like it's personal because they hurt my friends.
So you are right there, the horror guy.
Oh, I'm like.
Could have just said yes to
So now I'm just like.
I didn't process it.
I said, but I can't do that because that's gonna hurt them. So I can't do my things because it's gonna hurt the. Yeah, everyone's in my way, so I really can't do any of that.
Yep. You can run up and hit him.
I know, but I'm also just like, I wanted to use Tasha's Caustic Brew,
Yeah.
but I can't do that because it's in line of sight, and
You have advantage on melee attacks when creatures are stunned.
I do.
Yes. You're the only one who would be able to benefit from this so far.
Okay.
That I will say, because I know we're figuring that piece out.
Great, but I'm
So
gonna.
this guy is stunned.
Okay. Which one's more fucked up?
This guy way over here.
Oh, but he. Oh.
And this is the one that's stunned and more hurt. This one has not been touched in any way.
Yeah.
Is that one close to death? Like, if I were to hit it with, like, 15 points of damage,
Make
you can?
an intelligence check.
It's a sound.
Or a perception check.
Ooh,
I'll
I
give
like
you that as
sounds
an
if I can
option.
try it.
It's taken
It would be-
67 damage.
Yeah, it would
Sorry, I
be
do
either
math.
I know, I get it. It would be either a perception check to see just how hurt it is, or it would be a medicine check or a nature check or intelligence. Either one.
Well, let's see. We're gonna do my perception because that has.
Okay.
That's a 23.
23. This thing is, weirdly enough, hurt very badly, but not bleeding. It is limping and trying to get away as fast as possible, but it is having a very hard time doing so.
I know. I'm gonna. How far away am I?
At this point,
30 feet?
So we've got
60 feet?
so 5, 10, 15, because each of these is a square of 4. So you would have...
So 10. So if you're on diagonal, it's 10 feet.
Right there.
120 feet.
So that's 12 tiles, so that's 12 times 5.
Oh, 60 feet.
60 feet?
Yep.
Great. I'm gonna move and do my face step to get to them.
So yeah, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25,
Which is
30
60,
will
I'll
get
get-
you to here.
It'll give me
Right here if you would like.
Perfect.
Take you out of the bush.
So, what I'm going to do. So, trying to think what's going to do more damage. Probably my short sword. So I'm going to do that. So, yeah, we are going to stab with my magic short
Alright, roll an
sword.
attack.
Okay, so first one is going to be an 18 to hit.
18 will hit.
Great. And then, so I have it in the pocket. 17 is going to hit.
17 will hit, yes.
Perfect. Then my first one is 1d6. Cool. So that's 6 piercing damage on the first one.
Okay. So you stab into the thing as it's running away, and just straight, you come up pretty much right behind it, so you can see like its ass, and you just stab right into the thick, meaty part of like the back of the leg, right at the hip, and just
Look at you. I don't like this.
you take a second, and you're like, it
Make
can't run
the-
if it doesn't
No,
have.
stop.
It can't run if it doesn't have muscles attached to its leg, and try to just take them out at the same time. Fairly
Perfect.
effective.
Then the second one is going to be 9 points of piercing damage.
Tell me how you want to do it.
Yay! I gotta kill something!
Keep in mind, you have a short sword, and you are directly at its ass.
Well, seeing as that I really, really want to do it this way,
I knew you would.
we're gonna slash that out and turn it and drive it straight on home corner pocket. And we are gonna twist that shit as deep as I can get it.
And you
82
do.
health points. That's 82 health points.
So,
And we are just...
I'm gonna do that because it's more.
Oh!
You
Yay!
take a second
Rebellion.
after stabbing into it and hear it cry out, and you're like, "This bitch gonna die!" And just straight in underneath its tail, and then go and twist, and you can feel it shudder. And then you turn the blade straight up and down, and just take it out, and just make it a bigger ass crack. And the thing just kind of falls.
Does it shit on him?
Curls.
I hate you.
Nat 20, no, it does not.
You lucky man.
It does not shit on him.
Well, normally when
But
something
it does
dies, it shits.
fall face first into the ground with its butt in the air, bleeding. Kind of like when a toddler sleeps on their face with their butt in the air. It's doing that.
Oh,
It's
I was about to
dead.
say, what toddlers do you know bleed out of the ass?
Not healthy ones.
Yeah, okay. Good,
But no,
excellent.
it is dead, face down in the ground.
Excellent.
And you're able to turn around, Lothric, and see the rest of this fight from there. Having
Perfect.
taken one out.
Okay. Trying to see if there's anything I can do.
I believe that's your movement, bonus action, and action.
I would use my bonus because that did the
face
face
up.
up. Damn. So I really want to. Okay, I'll do it later. Anyway. Okay, that's all I can do. I'm last, so I'm not gonna get to my command spell unless these things aren't dead yet.
Alright.
My command spell at second level can make 2
Yep.
creatures instead of
Nice.
1. Do any command I say.
It is Judith's turn.
Yeah, Judith, stay away from the animals.
How about this? How about you roll a d20 for me?
Alright.
Roll good.
Please don't kill my
7.
child.
7? Alright. Judith pulls out her little dagger and runs forward.
Oh,
She's tiny though, she can't go 30 feet.
Yeah, she can.
yeah, you can. Oh god.
Little kids are fucking
She's
fast.
6! Yeah, but she's 6!
I see another cool man going like, is she 6
Make a acrobatics check.
Oh, fuck it.
We'll see if you can.
How's your
stop her.
acrobatics?
I thought she was like 4.
Yeah.
She's 6.
Oh, is she 4?
She's 6.
You never asked her. That's the thing.
I thought she told us she
You
was
asked
6.
her, and you were like, "Oh, well, you did a check, and you didn't roll high enough, and so I was like, here," and I rolled, and you said maybe she's 3.
She's asking 11.
An 11? Ooh, nat 1. You successfully grab her.
Good catch.
You successfully grab her, and before she can run, she's running forward like this. Just knife
Oh my
overhead,
God.
backhand. She's like, "I'm coming," and just going straight for this thing. And you're just like, "What the fuck?" And stop her from moving.
I'm proud of your bravery, but maybe when the big
Oh,
thing.
it's bad over.
Maybe when we fight something bad that's not so big.
But it's bad. And she kind of sits there for a second. X, it is your turn.
Alright. How far am I away from the other elephant?
Let's see. So you got 5, 10, 15, 20 feet?
How far is it? If I go behind it, is that 10? Is that another 10 feet?
Yes.
I'd
Yeah.
like to flank the other elephant.
Alright, it'll take an attack of opportunity on you.
Bring it. Let's go. What do I have to roll?
You don't roll, it has to roll.
Well, I
So,
thought I got if I rolled, but I thought I was able to roll higher though than it.
No,
Oh.
it has to fight your armor class.
Oh, okay.
So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30 would get you here. Because you can't move through its space, you have to get around.
I can't even roll underneath.
But you can bonus action dash.
Alright, let me bonus action dash behind it then, I guess.
So about here for flanking.
Yeah,
Alright, so this guy is going to take an attack of opportunity on you.
let's do it. Well, he's still stunned though.
No, the other one that you left behind. He is going to make a stomp attack against you.
Okay.
That is a natural.
Does not hit. Doesn't
This
doesn't he break his leg when he does that? It's so bad.
God. It just fucking. This thing has
Stomps on his own
had.
foot.
This thing has had 3 missed attacks in a row. it's having a really rough time. But you take the rest of your turn. You're able to get there easy enough. And this thing is stunned, so you automatically have advantage.
I get advantage, and because it technically hasn't taken a turn, I get a crit.
It has taken a turn. Its turn was stunned.
No, but it hasn't taken a turn against somebody else. Like, it's just stunned.
No,
it can't take an action.
When it has the opportunity to have a turn, is what it is. And so it would have had an opportunity, it was stunned.
Yeah, but because it was stunned, it didn't technically get a turn.
No, it spent its action
Fine!
being stunned.
Yeah, that's it.
That's bullshit, but that's fine. Alright, well, fine. Alright,
If you roll in at 20, though.
Done! Alright, come on, Mama.
You have advantage, too.
It's the end of my next turn.
Yes.
Come on, Mama.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's arguing that because
it's
its turn was stunned, so I don't get it.
She doesn't get the auto-assassinate where it's an auto-crit.
Come on, baby.
But she has advantage.
Okay, 21.
21 will hit, so you're automatically hitting.
Damn it, yeah. Damn, I was trying so hard. Alright.
Roll an attack.
Alright, 21 hits. So I roll the attack, I get 1d6.
Alright.
So that's 3 piercing damage, and then 2d6 of 8 fire damage.
Ooh,
So
alright.
11 total.
Okay, so you run up and then dash back around it, putting your head down to run. And just as you do, you put the sword out and just rake it along its long side and then take a position up behind it. It's taking advantage of the fact that it can't defend itself while it's stuck. I believe, do you have a second attack?
Yes.
Yeah, if you want to go again.
I do!
Advantage.
I choose to whip out my Frostbrand sword.
Okay.
And then go.
Oh my god.
So.
I need to make a recording of that voice so that I know.
Yeah,
and
don't worry.
fire may sound the same in Draconic.
You don't know. You don't speak it.
I'm asking the question.
Well, that's a 9. But
A
with,
9,
but
and
with,
then.
but with advantage. Whew! 24.
Okay, yeah, that'll hit.
Sick. Alright, so then with advantage with my Frostbrand sword, I get another 1d6.
And did you put sneak attack on the last one?
Well, I thought.
No, you get sneak attack. You
No,
just don't
I
get
did
the auto
because
crit.
no, I
so
did.
you can put it on this one. If you
Okay, I will do sneak attack then.
want. I was realizing I didn't have a bunch of damage on that one other than the normal stuff.
Oh,
so
okay.
I should let you take it when you can.
3d. Okay, so 3d6 for sneak attack damage.
All right.
So that is 6, 7. That's 8 sneak attack damage.
All right.
And then I get 1d6 plus 2 for piercing damage. So that's another 5 piercing damage.
All right.
And then I get 2d6 for frost damage. Oh no, hold on. 1d6. Excuse me. 1d6. Plus another 4 frost damage.
All right. As you kind of post up right behind it, you're like, seeing exactly what Lothric did. You stab directly where the tail is, and as you do, it's like stabbing something and having this burst of ice, like this frost just goes out around where it was, and you pull it out, and no blood comes out. Just this snowy, frosty ring where it was stabbed in turns a deeper red color.
Okay.
So you're making snow cones.
I don't know what I do.
So, anything else?
No, I think that's my turn.
Alright. And then Lemba, it is your turn.
I am going to cast Scorching Ray.
Alright.
So I'm going to cast it. I get 4 rays.
Alright. 2 and 2?
Yeah,
or?
just go split them up.
Alright.
Here we go. 4 attacks.
Alright.
17,
17 will hit.
16.
16. So 2 for this guy here.
That was a nat 20 plus 6, so that's a 26.
Alright.
So one of them's a
And
crit.
that was a 14 that I
They'll
didn't
hit.
even add it yet. So they all hit and 1 crit.
Okay. So, the first 2 on this guy, second 2 on this guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Put
So do the first
the
2
crit
normal.
on that one because it hasn't taken any damage.
Yeah, but the other one has, so fuck that guy.
Alright.
I can kill him, so all we have is
They're
one.
rolled.
So here we
No, but
go.
well, that one's already 82, and this one already has
Damage
over
is
60.
damage, it'll work.
So I'm just like, if she crits that one,
So which one is getting the crit?
No, the wager
That
might...
is up to you.
Oh, okay.
I will leave that up to you. I
gonna-
was saying 2 for this one and 2 for this one. You want the first 2 on this one and the second 2 on this one? Or what do you
How do
think?
you want to do it?
Yeah, it'll be up to you.
Your decision.
You're gonna do a lot of damage no matter what, right?
Yeah, I'll crit the back one.
The back one? Alright. Alright. So, roll for your damage for the first 2 normal ones.
Alright. First one. 2, 4, 4, 1.
11.
Okay.
Second
So,
bolt.
11 points of damage there.
Yes, for the first bolt.
For the
Second
first
bolt
bolt.
does 5, 3, 6, 3.
8 plus 9 is 17.
17. Alright.
Right, another normal bolt for the back guy.
Back guy.
7, 6, 3, 4.
13 plus 7 is 20.
So, 20.
And then the crit.
So double it.
Mm-hmm.
6, 5, 3, 3.
14, 17 times 2 is 34.
34. Tell me how you want to fuck that guy up.
Yeah!
Just blast it with really big fire, and it just gets a little fried.
Alright.
It's like a little smoked outfit.
It's
So-
a deep fried little
So,
outfit.
how about this?
Crispy
You
boy.
turn and you
Boy.
see, because Judith has got one of your arms, and you turn and you cast a spell, and you just kind of, out of the corner, you take your one finger and just point, and just kind of get the 2 and the 1, and you're like, let's do, and you send the one straight towards the one in the back. And you hit it directly in the face with the first one, and it rears backwards, exposing its chest and throat. And you send the more concentrated final beam straight through it. X, what you see is this weird glowing where your snow cone is. And you're like, what?
Matching me,
And
so I'm like, oh!
you're like, and you're looking at the swords, and you're like, something doesn't, and then the thing just kind of crumples as this fire, like, blast comes through it. And just misses you barely, like along the side of your face, like close enough to feel the heat. And you're like,
It was sunburn from
So-
that boy.
yeah.
Sunburn.
So, this guy
Stop touching it.
is dead.
How'd you get rid of him? I thought he went.
I didn't
He
flip
went
him over.
belly up, like the fish in
yeah.
Finding Nemo.
This guy would go belly up. But that is it. You would have also had advantage on those hits, but it didn't matter. You killed him anyway. Celeste,
It's my turn.
you are up.
I turn around.
And you don't have advantage on that thing anymore because it's not, you know.
What's Sudi?
Suki?
Suki.
Saki. Saki. Whoa, we both fucked up.
Wow. What
You
the
might want to check
Sudi
that
is
out. We'll take a second and I'll
a character
organize.
here. Suki is an avatar.
Yeah, she doesn't know Suki though.
Suki's the goddess. One of the goddesses in this realm.
No, Suki was the weird old lady with the tree that Jade saw in her dream.
Yeah, which is, I'm pretty sure is one of the goddesses.
I don't think she was a goddess.
I think she's a goddess.
She was not a goddess.
Jeremiah, is she a goddess?
Nope. She is a quarry dream spirit.
Oh, I tried, guys. I tried. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say some sort of high mage magic lady. Which dream spirit same thing. Yes, high mage magic lady.
Think of
Would you
them
say
as
your
the spirits
fire beam thing?
from the spirit world and everything.
Flames of the sun.
Yes, I would say that.
Perfect. You love us.
I hate all of you.
Okay, well you have to love her unconditionally no matter what.
No,
What is
I
this?
don't.
Beer. You said you were try it.
I did. Thank you.
You don't, but it's
Ooh,
helpful.
smells good.
It helps, but I should have to. Divorce is always an option.
Alright. This is what I'm gonna do to this fucker.
Alright,
Yeah,
fuck
fuck 'em
him
up.
up, Celeste. Fuck him up!
I don't know how I feel. It's not bad.
What
Okay.
you got?
I run over to the other dude
Yep, let me
and
position the camera for the last surviving pappy on. So, 5, 10, like here?
yeah.
Okay.
As soon as I got his butt end, I'm just gonna start attacking his like his underbelly, I guess.
Like behind the knee?
No, I mean like his
Like directly?
like his belly. Like
Okay.
I'm gonna just like
So you're up and around the side, because if you're taking him
I'm
from the
gonna
back,
go
you're
like
trying to speed bag his nuts or something.
no.
So,
No, like
Speed back is-
I mean,
I'm sorry, that was a delayed response.
Saki, come here.
she's down here, she's fine. Finish your stuff.
I'm gonna explain.
You're gonna demonstrate with our dog?
Like I'm
Saki,
over
run.
here. I'm over here and I'm going boom, boom, like that.
He's like, Mom, what do you
She's
want?
very concerned. Okay, roll your attacks either way.
15.
15 will hit.
Oh, sorry, that's 20. That's 25.
Okay, 25 will hit. Now, before you roll the next one, do you want to stunning strike it?
Damn, it's a 4. Yes, I'm going
Okay,
to.
so 4 points of damage on the first hit, and then it can make its attempted stunning strike save.
Yes, please do
Because if it
that.
fails it, then you have advantage on the next one.
Please do that, son.
9 to save.
It fails.
Okay, so it is stunned.
Cool, it's stunned, y'all.
So you get your next attack with advantage.
I do?
Yeah.
Why didn't that happen last time?
Because you
You
did
did
both
that,
your
yeah.
attacks and stunned it on the second one.
Oh, okay.
You could also have done a flurry of blows, but you didn't.
I didn't want to. That is a nat 20, so 26.
Okay, that will hit. So roll your damage and double the dice.
Feels good on my stomach.
So it was a 4. Do I just roll the dice again?
You can either roll another one or you can double that for an 8.
No, I'm rolling again.
So 4.
7. 4
So
to 7.
4 and a 7.
Yep.
So 11 points of bludgeoning
Just hit
damage.
its stomach.
And
Girl!
you run up and hit it, and you hit it and just kind of hear this rumble on the inside and feel like, oh, I've had one of these before. It's been like really bad, like eating really bad food, and this thing just kind of tenses up, and you take the opportunity to hit it again, and you swear for a second you hear this little, and you're just really concerned because you're like, well, what am I doing to it?
Oh my god, did I make it hurt?
I don't know. So, anything else you want to do?
No, that's it.
That's it. No flurry.
Okay, fine. I didn't know if I. Well,
you
no,
can't.
no, because I'm already up to 3 key points. And I
Okay,
don't wanna,
you don't have to. So, it is
I
its
don't want
turn.
to.
It spends its turn being stunned and shitting itself.
Bitch.
Your fire spirit is in direct line of fire.
Oh no!
Luckily, it's a fire spirit.
It's fine.
That's
So.
true. That's true. Yeah.
And then Lothric, it is your turn.
My buddy.
I need to find my mouse. There we are. So, you are over here. That's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 to get to it right here if you want.
I'm actually going to be able to do this without having to get closer because it's 30 feet, so the last 5 feet is going to be its spot.
Okay.
I'm going to cast Tasha's Caustic Brew.
Alright.
Oh, shoot, but I can't.
What?
Why?
I don't have rotten food.
Bag of bounty!
On your next turn.
Oh, wait, let me check my inventory. I might have something in there.
I got a moldy chicken leg in my backpack somewhere.
It's probably a few potatoes on Judith that she just had to take and never ate.
I could regurgitate breakfast.
I had 1 day of rations.
Water.
One of my rations has got to be spoiled because I have not taken those out in a long time, so they
Now,
have
if
to be
it's
spoiled.
beef jerky,
Those-
beef jerky lasts
yeah.
a long damn time.
Rations within the game are like trail mix, beef
They just don't
jerky.
go bad.
They're designed to last you long voyages.
How long though?
Well, considering that those are rations that you would be taking like on the open sea, a while.
Well, one of these rations was from like when I first got them when we first started back in the first.
Roll a d20 for me.
Which was technically in game like
okay.
10 days ago.
Yeah, that's part of my dilemma. It's been a little over a week.
I forget that the in-game days are not.
Which is why we
yeah.
want to try and play a little more to get a little farther
Yeah.
along.
Yeah.
Is it straight D20?
Yep.
Well, 16.
Yeah. 16. Yeah, one will be spoiled.
One of them.
So unfortunately, you have to
yeah.
delete a ration from your inventory.
That's fine.
But-
Because I want to cast this spell, so I'll get rid of that in just a second.
So you pull out this rancid ass piece of beef jerky that must not have been cured right. It is
Yummy.
It is fucking vile.
I got this roast newt. It's a good one. Probably the person who would get that. You're just like,
I hate the gays.
You are the
you are the gays.
Bisexual. I'm still experimenting. Stay out of this.
I'm married, but I'm
Gays!
Anyway,
Gays!
I cast.
God
Wait,
damn.
if I love you,
That's what
this
I'm saying.
is
I'm a
stuff.
homophobe.
after your wedding, probably.
Shit.
Quick question.
Yes.
So,
I love
for
parents.
Tasha's Caustic Brew, when you cast a spell using a spell slot of second level or higher, the damage increases. Why would it? It doesn't show in my second level spell slot though, even though I can.
It will depend on what you're allowed to cast at higher levels. Is that through a specific feat?
Oh,
Yeah,
it
because
is.
some feats are
It
like
is.
you can only cast it at this level.
Yeah, you're right. It's the next level up, which is what I need. Okay, anyway, gonna cast this. Concentration up to a minute. Make a dex saving throw, please.
It automatically fails all strength and dex saves.
Oh, fabulous! I actually get to see what this does then. Okay, so a stream of acid emanates from a line 30 feet long and 5 feet wide in a direction you choose. I'm choosing towards the thing. Dexterity saving throw or be covered in acid for the spell's duration or until the spell. Blah, 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 blah. Creature that is covered in acid takes D4, 2d4 of acid damage at the start of each of its turns. So, but it also does take 2d4. Takes 6 points of acid damage.
It's a nat 20.
It's a nat 20? Okay, your fire spirit is not affected. Because at a diagonal, you could, depending on how it was. So nat 20 will count for keeping him out of danger.
That could have been really good for me.
That is your third nat 20 this game.
I
But
I mean, I love
You
it.
rolling that
It takes
20s
that
like 2
damage.
games ago.
True.
and it takes what? 2d4 at the start of each of its turns?
2d4 at the start of each of its turns.
Okay. Anything else you want to do? So far, you've just cast the spell.
I know, which is why I'm also going to. Okay, well that's not really gonna help.
There.
So I cast the spell. I mean, I can't really do. I mean, it's a no, because I really don't want to do that.
Alright, what you got? Otherwise, I'm gonna move on.
Oh my god.
I can't. There's nothing else I can do because I can't cast 2 spells and I can't cast a spell and do a melee attack.
You, what was Tasha's Caustic Brew?
Tasha's Caustic Brew. It's a cantrip under
So
that.
is it an action?
It's a first level spell.
Well, yeah, it doesn't have a casting time as action. Because what you can do is, when you cast a bonus action spell, if you did
Yeah,
use
one action.
Yep. So you can use a bonus action spell of whatever level, if you have one. It's just if you use your action or your bonus action to cast a spell that's normal, you can only use the other to use a cantrip. But since Tasha's is a cantrip, then you can do a bonus action full spell should you choose.
Oh, I can?
Yes, but it has to have the casting time of a bonus action.
Oh, yeah, that's only my Wrathful Smite.
Yep. So it would depend. So that's kind of the thing.
I mean,
I don't know if it
It's
makes
not.
sense.
No, it's not. I'm just
Okay.
not. I'm just done then.
All right. Then Judith's turn.
Aren't I still holding Judith?
Yeah. Make a persuasion check.
This child. I blame X completely.
It's just not quite past her. Sudi was also
15.
encouraging.
15?
With, I didn't add, yeah, 17 with my modifier.
No, with your modifier it's 18. If you roll this 15 plus 3 is 17.
Yep. Yeah, you are able to keep her
18,
from going
18.
back in. She's like, but I can be like you.
You can, after you learn some more.
I learned how to stab.
We're gonna teach you to do more than just stab.
X makes no promises.
I make promises to teach you to do more than
Alright,
just
so
stab.
now it is X's turn.
Alright, am
You are
I
hell
within
here.
30 feet to its ass?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, yes.
Sick. I would like to. So technically, am I hidden from it? Because it doesn't know I'm behind. Like
No,
it's
it
not looking
has
at me.
awareness of the battlefield.
Okay, well, do I at least get
It's-
sneak attack?
So, in general for stuff, if the mini is facing one way, it doesn't mean it's only looking that way.
That's dumb. It's
It-
not a chameleon.
In a
Alright,
fight,
that's
your head
fine.
isn't fixed. You're not on rails.
That's a lie. Alright. So then, do I at least get sneak attack with it? Because I'm behind it?
You would need to have advantage or be hidden from it.
Alright, I
You
would
could
like.
roll a bonus action hide.
Can I just roll high stealth and run up behind
Roll
it?
high stealth, yeah. What I would say
Alright,
is
I'm
you
gonna-
could run to this rock that's right here
I'm gonna run to the rock
Okay.
and roll stealth.
and roll a stealth check.
18 plus 8 is 26.
Yeah, it doesn't know you're there.
Sick! Alright, I get sneak attack. Alright. While I'm behind the rock, I look at both my swords and go to make sure they're both ignited.
Yep.
And then I
They as you're holding them, you do it again, and they turn off and turn back on.
like
They're like
the clapper.
they say, yeah, it's the clap on, clap
clap
off.
on, off.
I
Alright.
would love a clap on sword where you just have two, and you're like,
Oh my god.
I don't know, but I roll a 26 and no one else hears it as I'm
Nope.
banging. Anyway, alright. I run either over the rock or under the rock. Around the
you're
rock.
hiding behind the rock. to
Okay,
hide.
I pop out behind the rock with both of my swords.
Yep.
And I use my action and my bonus action to pretty much cross stab into this bitch.
All right. So what you end up doing is you duck, you run the opposite direction, and then quick behind the rock to make sure that it loses line of sight from you, and then you come back around this direction, up next to the fire spirit, directly behind it. You guys just gravitate directly to their asses, don't
Well,
you?
they don't have titties, so this is the next
So-
best option.
So you stab directly into it. Roll your first attack.
Okay, my first attack is with my right hand because my flame tongue's currently in my right hand.
All right, flame tongue.
So first attack plus 5. Does a 12 hit?
A 12 does hit.
Okay, and then my second attack.
Well, roll for your damage first, because you get sneak attack on this.
Yes, look at that. Alright, so I get 3d6 for sneak attack.
It's pretty low, and you have advantage on all of these.
Alright, so my sneak attack does 6 damage.
6 damage.
Then my flame tongue does 1d6 plus 2, so that's 5 damage total.
Alright.
And then I get 2d6 it's piercing damage, and then it gets another 7 points of damage for fire damage.
Alright.
And then it's a 20 hit.
A 20 does hit.
Not
Did you
bad.
roll with advantage?
No, I didn't.
You roll advantage. You have advantage because it's stunned.
Oh, well, I didn't roll advantage on the other one either.
Roll again to see if it's a nat 20 or not.
It was not a nat 20 for the
Okay,
other
cool.
one.
Now I'll
Okay.
keep going and see if you get a nat 20 on this.
Not a nat 20.
No? Did you roll 2?
I rolled a crit one, but I get advantage.
Yes, so roll again.
Well, no, like the 20 was the second roll I rolled for the weapon.
Yeah, no, I thought you were moving on to your second attack.
That's what that first roll was before you made me roll damage because I didn't know I got
Got
so I
it.
was rolling both.
Got it.
So
Okay.
20 is still a hit.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. And then this one I get 1d6 plus 2 piercing damage, so I get 4 piercing damage, and then I get 1d6 plus 2. Or no. Oh, fuck. Just 1d6, excuse me. Plus another 4 frost damage.
It had 8 hit points.
And then I
So tell me how you're gonna fuck him
end
up.
my turn.
Yay!
Oh, I'm gonna fuck it off.
You
It sounds like I'm jerking it off.
So
Knock it off.
you did all your first attack damage. It had 8 hit points, and you dealt 8 hit points. So it is dead.
Alright, so
Tell me how you want to kill
Alright,
it.
so when I stab into the flame tongue, like right underneath the tail, basically.
All right.
So like I stab up and to the right, and I take my frost brand and I stab up and to the left, so my swords are crossed like this, and I
Yeah.
just, phew, and I completely cut off its tail.
Okay. you kind of lean in and see it's got this thick, ropey hair on its tail.
Dumb.
And you just, as it's stunned, you hear and see as it is currently shitting itself from Celeste hitting it in the gut.
Atta girl.
You run past the fire spirit as the poop is flying through it, and it smells terrible.
It smelled worse.
But you're like, I'm gonna still get it. I need a trophy, and you just directly through, and almost just like Palpatine and Anakin for Star Wars. Do it. You just take the tail straight off and catch it with one hand with the sword still attached, and just take it back and watch as the thing just starts to bleed gouts of blood out through where its tail was.
Sick.
And just slowly in a pile of shit and blood succumbs and it's gone.
This is, I think, the grossest fight we've had.
That was rough.
I think so.
We've
Yeah.
done some bad ones.
I could not think of a better way to have it be stunned from getting it punched in the stomach.
That's fair, because it's just shit.
Yeah.
Sick, good job, guys. We killed all three.
So,
that was better. Not
they
as bad as I
are
thought
dead.
it was going to be.
Nope, that's an at 20. Judith immediately breaks from your grasp and runs to that one and just stabs it like 3 times and turns around with this bloody dagger and just is like, I did it!
Good job! I pop out from around and go, good job, babe! Good
Yeah.
job! Good job, that's my girl.
I helped!
That's my kid, that's my girl. Good job, Judith. Proud of you.
From there, you guys are in the rest of the battlefield. Nothing else is really around.
Cool.
But you are able to now, for the most part, take a second to breathe.
Cool, so we're no longer in combat?
No,
You said these things are like furry?
No, they're mammals, so they have hair.
So they fur.
Not thick fur. They're mostly skin, but
Are
like
there pelts?
not really. It's like
Fur.
when we are human hair. We don't have like fur, but we have hair on
It's
it.
a hide with hair.
Well, I was trying
Mostly
to...
leather.
Pig. Think of pig with just bristled hair.
Oh.
Yeah, or
Sorry,
like
I
a
was
normal
trying.
elephant.
I was trying to see if. Oh, okay. Never mind then. I would say if it was like a mammoth almost. I would say like, guys, we could. Granted, I know we're kind of warm now, but we could like make some warm clothes for when we go to the fucking Wistkeep at some point. But like, because we almost froze to death that one time. But that's fine.
Can I collect meat, please?
For when we go there.
Yeah, you can make a nature check should you choose.
Yes,
Yeah,
I would like to do that.
No, Wistkeep.
I go
All right.
over to X. I'm just like, you know that the thing was already dead, right? Like, why did she didn't need to stab it. Like, she knows it was dead.
I look at Lothar and go, shut up. She killed it. Let her do it.
I killed it.
It's a 14.
A 14. You're able to pull probably 2 to 3. We'll say 3 pounds of packy knot meat off. That would be 3 ingredients.
Yes, what kind of ingredient?
I would say tier 1 ingredients. Because
Hey,
they're not great.
look.
3
It's
tier
me.
1?
Nice.
It is
It's
Gothic.
So is that tail? Is the tail like an elephant's tail? Is it long? Oh damn! All right.
It's like an
never mind.
elephant's tail. Otherwise indistinguishable.
All right, never mind. Can any of it be used for a poisoner's kit? Is anything about this animal poisonous?
Make a nature check.
Fuck me. All right.
I would like to grab some tusks.
It's a 13.
Tusk slough? What?
Let's here 13. You do end up searching around and don't see any venomous tail spikes or anything else on it. But you do, as Celeste is butchering the meat, notice that it does have specific hollow fangs in its mouth. And you're like, snakes have hollow fangs. This thing might have poison. And it takes you a second, but then, Lothric is also behind, and I need you to make a strength check. So you would gather that this thing does have poison to some degree.
Okay, my strength is +1. That is a 19.
19. It's kind of tough, and you don't have a lot of the equipment to do this. But that check was basically just, I needed some good idle. Was basically just a, how am I going to saw these things off? Because you don't have to find the tusks; they're very obvious.
Turn it down just a little bit.
A little bit. There we go. That a little better?
Yeah.
Okay. you don't have to like find them, but you do have to be able to force them off. And so, what sort of equipment do you have? Do you have like a saw or anything like that?
I have a crowbar. If you need one.
I got my
I got a hammer.
sword.
You need a hammer.
You've got a sword. You have a dagger.
You got
I believe.
a crowbar.
Yeah.
You got a hammer, and you have a python. Python, however you use it. It's kind of spiky. You can use it if you need to.
I have a small knife.
Okay.
It's
2
not very
daggers.
gently. Hold on.
Okay.
Down.
So, with that level of equipment, what you would be able to collect is one of the tusks, but it will take you the better part of like 2 hours to be able to actually collect the tusk, because you have to basically dissect it and find a way to break the bone from the skull that houses the tusk as it grows. So you have to basically carefully dissect and flay the meat around it and then pull it out. So you're able to get one full Pachynaut tusk, and it is massive. Like, it's something that you'd have to put in the cart to
You're not putting it in my backpack.
It wouldn't fit in your backpack.
That's not the point. We put a lot of shit in my backpack, and you're not putting it in my backpack.
So, you have one Pachynaut tusk, and it took a couple hours to do it. But there are more, should you choose. It just would take some time.
Yeah, no, that gonna be a no from me. I just want the one.
Alright. So, you would know that there's poison if you wanted to try to collect
I
some.
would like to try. I'll just collect a little vial. I have a little couple glass vials.
Okay.
Just one glass vial will be fine.
Alright. So, make a... We'll do a nature check for that as well.
Fuck.
Yeah, because it's harvesting.
9.
A 9, you are trying to think, and every time you're like, where is it going to be? You're either thinking of, like, you're trying to find the gland. And you're trying to find where the venom gland would be, probably up in the cheek area, wherever it could be for that. And you end up thinking at one point, and then realize you're thinking about elephants. Where would an elephant's venom gland be? Well, they wouldn't have one. What the, you know? And then you're like, well, okay, and you end up realizing that then you're thinking about like a viper, and that's not necessarily what it is. With nobody else's help in this, you don't find the venom gland.
Help.
I'll help.
Yeah,
They're just like,
about half.
wait.
You're about an hour through looking. You're still sawing at this point.
Someone.
It's like,
My nature check is shit.
I will
So you're sitting on the tusk
I
next
will
to her.
go over and help
See.
the poor ant.
All right, you can either roll again or she can roll.
Just roll. You have a +4. Just
And Lothric, you're able to see all this, but you're still like totally like trying to saw through the thing. So
Sorry, X, I don't know about poison. That's a 9.
a 9. Wow, 9 at the same. You're like, it should be up in the cheek
Fuck.
area. I mean, you know more, but you're like, elephants don't have poison glands, but that's really weird. So you try to follow the tooth up, and it doesn't seem to make sense. You can see the vessel that would hold poison, and it just kind of feels like it ends. And
I-
you're not sure why.
can I just stop her? I was like, just like, what are you trying to do?
You're out of breath after sawing and seeing them struggle.
What are you,
God.
X? What are you trying to do now?
hold up a little empty vial. Poison.
Oh, for crying out loud.
Nature check if that's what you're looking for.
Advantage.
Oh my
You're
god.
gonna spend a token on trying to find Pachynaut poison?
That is, I'm trying to help.
I know.
Try to be a good person
I appreciate
now.
that. I really like it. I just didn't think it was token worthy, but I appreciate it, bud. Okay, hurry.
That is a 15. Then it's just like 15. Yes.
With that, you're able to kind of help them search. With the 3 of your efforts, you are exhausted at this point after sawing through.
Can I just
And so
point
you're kind of
since I don't-
pointing and directing as they go. And you're like, no, it's there. I can see that. And you follow it, and it's like the venom gland is in the tusk. One of the things that helps you with this is as you were looking and sawing through the tusk, you notice that portions of it were hollow. And so you realize very quickly that the venom gland is in just behind where the tusk is. Kind of up along the side so that it can
Got
either
it.
gore you or bite you. And then you're envenomed.
Cool.
Great.
I get just a little vial of it.
Yep, you're able to collect at this point up to 3 vials if you have to.
Just 1 vial. Is
Just the one, so you've got 1 vial of packing hot poison.
cool.
I would like to take. If you're able to get 3, could you get me 1 as well for my?
Do you have a vial that you?
Yeah, this is the only challenge is you're limited by the storage.
I would like to. How many vials would I have gotten with my
Your alchemist kit?
my alchemist?
I would say up to 10, and you've collected a few things.
Okay, because I have a few with my not my equipment, but my backpack.
PACHY.
I've used 1, 2.
And then NAUGHT.
Okay, while he's going through his shit to find his own vials to get it, I then go over to the tusk he was working on and start sawing on it.
Yeah, he was able to get it all the way off.
Oh, I thought he took a break halfway through.
He
to
took a
help
break
us.
to figure out what was going on, and then as he finished, he was like, okay, fine, here.
Oh, I was gonna go
And they
finish
came
doing the
over.
work for him since he was nice enough to help with the vial.
A very wonderful gesture, but you do end up taking a look and see that it's hollow and it's gently leaking this toxin.
I've used up 2 of my 10 vials so far for the blood.
Okay, so yeah, you can collect up to 2 more.
Great.
Because she has 1.
I will take those other 2 vials because an extra one might come in handy for anything.
Cool.
Alright. Yeah, and so just label it as Pachynaut poison, PACHYNAUGHT, like Pachyderm Dreadnought. So, it's about at this point that you're sitting there kind of taking a breath after the fight, and you notice that Judith is kind of walking around the other Pachynauts that are dead and just kind of poking them with the edge of the dagger and just kind of talking to herself. Passive perception for Lemba for sure and Lothric. The both of you would, even at some distance, hear her being like, stab, I killed you, I did it.
You're a bad influence on this little girl.
We are not. We are wonderful people.
She's
Yeah.
trying.
Are you hearing what?
Yeah, I hear it.
I blame X.
I mean,
I also
You're not
blame.
wrong.
I also blame you a little bit.
yeah.
Hey, Sudi was also part of this conversation, but first off, while they're arguing, I would like to go over to Judith while she's poking stuff, and I start
Yep.
like showing her like techniques.
You kind
Kinda
of walk
stab.
over, and she gets a little bit nervous because you kind of sneak up on her a little bit, and you're like, hey. And she kind of pulls in and has the dagger, and she's holding it. She looks really guilty, like she was doing something wrong. She's like, I'm sorry. I wanted to help.
Okay, Judith, it's okay. We don't do it for we don't do it for fun. We do it for learning. Just to be clear, we don't go around stabbing stuff for fun. There's a line.
Make a persuasion check.
All right.
Oh my god.
It's a good thing I have good persuasion. 10.
He has this kind of confused look. When is it okay then?
When somebody is trying to hurt you,
When someone's being mean?
when someone is trying to physically hurt you,
But that's being mean.
there are different levels of being mean. Someone can say mean things, that does not mean they get stabbed. We do it for protection for ourselves and our friends.
You see her kind of like the gears are turning and the hamster's not working fast enough to keep those gears turning, and then eventually she kind of clicks in. She's like, when someone's gonna hurt you, I can stab them?
Yes. Or
When I know they're gonna hurt you, I'll stab them.
we're gonna do a little more training though, and then I pull out one of my swords and I go, all right, so we're gonna start our first
We're gonna
lesson.
stab for learning!
We're gonna stab for learning. Yes. While they're doing some weird shit over here, I don't know what the fuck they're doing. While the other family members are doing whatever they're doing, you and I are gonna have a lesson right now. Okay. Okay. All right. So first, we hold the swords. She's
I got a dagger.
Okay. It's like a baby sword. It's like a mini sword.
Baby sword.
Sorry, mini sword. Is she gonna be offended if I say baby sword?
No, it's just a baby
Okay,
sword.
it's a baby sword.
Will it grow?
Maybe. We'll see. We'll see if we can make it magic and see if it'll grow. If not, we'll find you a bigger sword. Something like this. Hey, X is smarter, but still dumb, first off. And good with kids, apparently. So, stay out of this. It's fine. So I start going, okay. So, we hold our swords like this. Okay?
Okay.
We start chit-chatting. I'm like, alright, so you gotta think of it like it's an extension of your hand. It's not something that just does this.
It's more hand.
It's longer hand. It's like, it makes you have a little bit longer hand, so you can reach farther.
My hand is a baby sword.
Your hand is kind of like a baby
You will
sword.
do nothing of the
So when you
sort.
go forward, I gesture to him
She kinda
like
does this. She goes like from the shoulder.
yep, and then I switch hands and I kind of correct her, like I
Yep.
grab her arm, I said, I'm doing like dads do when their kids play t-ball, and they're like, no, right, raise
Like
your
this,
elbow,
yeah.
and like lift your elbow, dip your hip, like I'm giving her that.
I'm
good
sorry, I never
posture.
got that talk. I was
You're
too
doing
busy being gay.
That's fair. So was I, but I got that talk. All right.
Well, you're
Because
you and I'm me.
lesbian, and lesbians play softball.
I'm experimenting. Stay out of this conversation. So Judith and I are having a
That's-
Own L1 later.
Oh, it's gonna hurt. We're having this conversation later.
She's gonna smack you with the shoulder.
I know when I'm really waiting for it. I know it's gonna hurt, but I'm gonna take it like a man and cry.
And cry.
So I'm like, all right. So you gotta drop your shoulder and
Okay.
use your elbow. Like you gotta
She-
extend your elbow. It's all right. She's just got a baby sword, and I'm uncanny
She-
dodge, so it's fine.
She takes it and she says, "Take it, baby sword hand. Drop my shoulder." Drops the sword, little dagger, and then extends her elbow and just punches the backing knot. I'm just like, did I do it?
You're like, we've got some work to do. I said, go ahead and pick it up, and then so we can move
I
on.
did it like Celeste did.
And Celeste did so good without her swords.
Hitting's not nice, but she hit the not nice ones.
Tell you what, we'll have lessons on hitting things only for protection when Celeste is ready, because Celeste is real good at hitting stuff with fists.
Should I ask Celeste how to hit things?
Only for protection when someone's trying to hurt you or your friends.
I feel like hitting things is easier than baby sword.
Baby swords take practice. Like you see how good I am with big swords?
Yeah.
It took me a long time to learn how to use my big swords.
Their sword's hot
And yeah.
and cold.
Yeah.
How can just baby sword grow like that? Too hot?
Not this time, but maybe we can make it. But you gotta, practice a lot with the sword. You can't just have a hot baby sword.
I'll just do it like this. And she picks it up and just holds it like this and then runs directly into the packing knot.
Oh my
It is
God.
like, I did it!
Maybe you... Okay. X kind of sits there for a minute and goes, okay, let's try this. X pulls out her javelin.
Oh my
Oh.
God.
Says, alright, if you like to hold things like that, give me the baby sword.
Oh, no.
She takes a second.
You're not over here.
At this
She's
point, I
taking
am
a
getting
second.
out.
No,
And is struggling to pull it out and eventually gives up and just like, it's in there.
X
look up
kind of
from
grabs the baby
preparing my
sword and
meat.
puts it in her...
With no trouble, pull it out.
And I
No
just
big deal.
stick it like in my chest, and I hand you to. I don't let go.
Walking over.
I don't let go.
Yeah,
I hand you
Lemma
to.
is in the process of walking
I
over,
hand you
but
the.
hand
I
her.
say, okay, hold this guy.
Whoa.
Okay, hold it kind of like you were holding the baby sword.
Puts her hand all the way on the end and holds it like
Okay.
this, and it's way in the air.
Okay, I grab her hands and I go, okay, we're gonna try it this way. And I kind of tip it at an angle, and I slide her hands up so she's kind of holding it in the middle enough that
so she's got it in the
it's
middle.
kind of balanced. And I go, okay, I said, now tuck the pole, the shaft under your arm like this.
Okay, she does.
Can she? So you see kind of how you're holding it like this.
Yeah.
Okay, run at it. And stab it.
She runs at it.
God, we gotta work. Really, you roll 20s for all the enemy, but you can't roll shit for Judith.
Oh, I can't.
You're not allowed to roll for Judith anymore.
So, Judith runs.
Judith rolled an 18, goddammit.
Judith rolled a natural 1.
Oh,
She
that's
runs,
not gonna.
and as she does, it's like it reacts and starts to turn into a lightning bolt. And this
I
is
didn't say no magic word!
No, it just starts to go. And so, as Lumba starts to approach, and you basically arrive at this point, as it starts to turn into a lightning bolt, not fully, but sparks start to come off of it, and Judith gets really nervous, and then it shocks her, and she goes, ah! And it falls, and then just sticks into the edge of the packing knot, and is just kind of there, and it's crackling, and she's like,
I am going over
I'm
to
sorry, Judith. I don't know what happened.
I can't think of anything better for that one. That's awesome.
Judith, it doesn't normally do that when you just hold it. I'm
I
sorry.
don't know, maybe so do I help you anymore.
It's okay. I won't.
I won't. I take it and I put it back on my back, and I'm like,
Let me see. Where does your heart?
She kind of is holding her shoulder and her armpit.
I look at the shoulder. And
She's got this big pouty face
I
on.
cast healing word on her shoulder.
Alright. And she took a hit point of damage, so she's fine now. But she's not going to stop being a crybaby about it for a while.
that's
you
fair.
can tell.
She's like 4.
Yeah, she's little. You assume that she's around 3-ish.
She's 3?
You said 6.
Yeah, but we first picked her up. You said 6. She keeps getting younger every time we play.
You made a check. It was not
I look up
high
at
enough
her.
to be correct.
I'm putting
You
so.
haven't asked her how
Hold
old she
on.
is.
To be fair, a 3-year-old child is not mentally capable of doing all of these things you're telling me she's doing.
No, they're not.
Okay,
Which
so
is why
hold
all of
on.
you are all over the place. You have no idea how old she is.
Judith, how old are you?
She kind of is holding her shoulder, turns, and is like, what?
How old are you, Judith?
I think I'm like 5.
How many winters have you seen? We found her in the cold area.
That's a much more confusing question to a child.
I've seen a lot of winters.
How many times has it gone from snow to not snow and then back to snow again?
Do we celebrate birthdays?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure out a way to ask her.
She like sits down and starts drawing in the dirt little tally marks.
Oh.
She's like at least like 20 times.
Oh fuck! All right.
I know children don't. Judith, do you ever celebrate a birthday?
Yeah,
How many birthdays have you
Of
had?
course, we have birthdays in this world.
I've had like 5.
Okay, so
And
she's
she's
5.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm like 5.
You are. Good job.
I'm 5. This many.
She's 5.
We're
That's
gonna
not
we're
5.
gonna work on that.
What's 5?
5 is a great
This is
number.
5.
She gives you a high five. That's 5.
Yeah, 5.
Yes, that's why it's called Give You 5. When I say give me 5, you're supposed to.
Give all 5 fingers.
She starts taking a little bit of a running start and just tries to hit your hand really hard. She goes, high five!
Oh,
I pretend to fall over dramatically,
No.
like
You fall over, like make a performance check.
Okay. Alright. That is a 19.
19. She believes it, and she goes, whoa! This kind of like that video of the little kid just going Super Saiyan.
Yeah.
She's like, whoa! Just excited.
Ah, man. What a good high five that was.
So,
I walk up and I go over to the cart and I start to lift it back on its wheels.
yeah, you aren't able to do it completely alone, but with enough help from people, it's not a hard task.
Okay, I rolled a nat 20.
So you're able to do twice the people's amount of work.
She just flips the cart to the other side. She flips it too hard.
What am I doing? Is this athletics?
If that would be athletics.
So it's a 23.
Okay.
Okay, we all just help lift the damn
I
cart.
will give you credit for the nat 20.
Yes!
But it just means that there's less people that need to be involved. It would be like a 3-person project, but you're able to go and do 2 people's amount of work.
Right, X and I come over because Lumba is taking care of Judith.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she is still like holding her shoulder and then rubbing it every now and then.
Oh,
Every time she thinks that you're looking,
baby.
she does it, and every time that she doesn't think you're looking, she stops and is doing something else. So she's totally milking it for a little bit of sympathy.
you know what? I'll let her. She's had a rough life so far. She's only 5. Poor baby.
Sick. All right, cart's back up.
Yep.
What?
The horses are okay now.
What did we learn?
But for some reason, the javelin doesn't like her. It's never done that to me. we're gonna stay away from my sparky javelin. We're gonna get her a regular javelin.
Yeah.
I think she wants to stab stuff from afar. She seems good at that. It's the way she holds the dagger. That's just how you hold a javelin. That's just how that works.
Yeah.
Next time we're getting her a baby javelin.
How about no javelin?
You're not her mom. Stay out of this.
And neither are you.
I'm like her big sister, and I'm teaching her how to shift stuff.
Oh, Weasel.
She needs to learn to protect herself.
She's
I
5.
think in my mind to X, she's 5. Baby swords are fine for now. Nothing bigger until she's at least
6. Fine.
7.
Well, that's why I said baby spear.
No, just a sword.
Baby spear.
No.
That's fine. It's a baby spear.
Yeah.
X can't fucking talk in her head, so she's just mumbling to herself.
She's just
respond to
talking
me.
to herself because she doesn't fully realize she can do it back.
I'm
Oh
still
my God.
stupid, remember?
She's like still not quite up to speed that she can talk back to you in her head.
I'm like, no, she needs to learn to protect herself. What
No.
happens if next time you don't stop her when she runs into a fight? She needs to learn how to stab something properly to minimize the amount of damage and danger she'll be in.
Who are you talking to?
Lemba!
And I'm just staring at you like,
She's
waiting
staring
for a
Save your
response.
from
head.
probably 10 feet away.
I can't.
Yes, you think what it is and think that you're saying it to her. She's done the same thing with me. You think
X pauses and goes, I can do that?
Make
When-
an intelligence
when
check.
Well, this is about to be not great. My intelligence is now a 0. 4! Excellent!
He's
like-
fucking crazy. That's just thinking. Like,
Dude,
you can think
I
to
did-
yourself, and that's the voice you hear in your
Dude, I
head.
think that blue dragon lightning attack fucked up your brain. Like, you can't just talk to people like that.
yes, you can.
No, you can't.
You can.
You're an idiot. I'm gonna
It's
go.
magic.
Lembo, can you make him stop? Make him stop what? Talking to me. Calling me crazy. He says I can talk to you in my head.
You can! When I talk to you, you can talk back to me.
God,
I
you
told
must have
you.
been hit by lightning too.
I told you.
Did you get hit by that dragon when we were fighting him on the boat? Because,
I use my telepathy to say to X, now think back in your head to me what you want to think. Just think any random thought. Don't say it out loud. But then actually tell us what you think.
eggplants.
You thought about eggplants.
How did you know?
How
See?
did you know?
Because I can hear what you say back to me in your head after
I
talk to you.
start supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
That's a really long word. I've never heard it before.
I kind of sit down on a rock.
Okay, maybe this was
Make
a
an
bit too.
intelligence saving throw.
Maybe this was a bit too much, Lemba. Maybe we shouldn't have.
An 11.
An 11. Okay. You take 2 points of psychic damage.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Lemba, maybe we were a bit cruel to do this to her.
I go back over to Judith
I was just trying to
and kind of like
So
give her
was
the
I.
baby sword I had in my.
I saw what
Okay,
was
well, here,
happening in her
keep
head.
this on
I
yourself.
could tell.
You have a little. You have a
She
little
takes
scabbard you can put it in,
What's this scabbard?
or a sheath.
Scabbard.
Does anybody
sheath?
have any sort of like sheath?
Where did she get the baby sword?
Sudi.
Sudi gave it to her. Where else do you think? How else do you think people just randomly get weapons? It's always Sudi giving her
very
things.
much.
Yep.
And
It's always Sudi
And it's
dealing
always
out
a
the
dagger,
weapons.
and it's always a dagger, except for Jermaine. He did get a mace, technically, from her. But, like, everyone else has gotten a dagger. It's beside the
We
point.
can pick up a scabbard in the next town.
Okay.
We should go.
Yeah,
we
let's-
should probably
let's get back
go.
on the
I
road.
just put it on my belt. And she kind of jams it into her belt and just barely misses her own leg.
Oh my god.
It's just
okay.
like, see, I keep it. And it's like stabbed through like her shirt where her belt is.
Okay,
It's
Judith.
like kind of secure and it works. But you're like, near miss. Okay.
How about I go, we're almost at the next town. Why don't I hold on to this, and when we get there, the first thing we're gonna get you is a baby sword sheath.
Okay.
It's
So that
a
you-
special case that
so you don't
holds
hurt-
your baby sword so it
You
doesn't
don't get hurt.
pokey you.
So you don't get
Oh,
hurt.
I like that.
Alright, I take it and I shove it into one of my empty
Don't
dagger sheaths.
feed it potatoes.
I will not. I
It
promise.
doesn't like potatoes.
Would you
Doesn't
be a
like
sword
potato.
potato?
X looks at Lemba and tries to, like, talk, like, telepathically.
I hear nothing because you can't do it because I can.
Well, X doesn't know that.
Yeah.
X would assume if you can do it if I can hear you, you can hear me
You
anytime.
do it, and she's really rude. She doesn't even respond.
Bitch.
You say it out loud.
What? Nothing.
What?
Oh, okay.
I heard that.
I'm just chuckling as I'm getting my stuff ready.
Bits.
Alright.
What does bits mean?
Oh. Dude, that's
What?
Bitch means really cool. Like, that's bitch.
No. Do not repeat every word that X says. X says a lot of bad words, Judith. We don't say that word.
Is it a bad word?
It's a
Yes,
bad word.
it's a very
X
bad
should know
word.
better than to say it.
It's an adult word, actually.
X is 12.
Uh-huh.
X is a dragon, a baby teenager dragon.
Am I
Yep.
bits?
No.
You're a
I love
bad.
how we all said it.
No, you're a badass.
No. X.
X.
Badass means really cool. Celeste is a badass. She punches stuff with her
You can't
fists.
say the second word in that. It's a bad word for her.
X doesn't understand how to
Don't
talk
say
to
it's a
kids
child.
sometimes.
Don't say that. Just
You
You are
are a
a
little
good
girl.
you're really cool.
And you know what? That's all that matters.
X goes
You
and
are
like
a
sits
good
in the
little girl
corner of the
because
cart.
You don't use bad words like X does.
Mm-hmm.
X just kind of goes and gets banished to the corner of the cart and just sits down and goes, I don't know what I did. 'Cause I'm stupid. I was just trying to bond with her.
Oh my goodness.
And the only way I know how to, swearing and stabbing stuff.
Is everybody on the cart?
Yeah.
Yeah! We're going!
Yep.
Ow! Don't let me do that again!
Yeah.
Honey, did you really just act out whiplash with your sunburn? Honey, no!
She did.
Oh, God, ow.
Anyway,
It's fine.
yeah, we're going. Lemba's up front with me this
When I
time.
feel the thing lurch of like, do you need me to drive?
No, I just wanted us to really, drive
Yeah,
home the
the
point
case
that
can't
we're
drive.
going.
He
I
wanted to
think-
give us whiplash,
I
okay?
think we got it, dude.
Great, okay, now we're going at an even pace. Going at a steady, even pace.
They're going even enough. For the rest of the day, travel is fine. Like, it works okay. You do end up having to find a place to stay for the night. Still out in the Grassbend region. You don't necessarily know how close you are to the next city, but you probably have another day's worth of travel. So you're able to find rest for the evening easily enough, given your guys' particular skills. You take a second to set up the cart just off of the road, prep it in any way you would choose.
Whilst they're prepping, I'd like to make a perception check to see if there's anything that has followed us.
All right.
Because we should figure that out in case we need to move.
I have shitty perceptions. Oh, no, I don't!
My perception's high.
You have an alert.
My perception is
That's right, 19.
19,
That is a 23.
23. Seems dark. You do see
Oh, wait.
shapes as the sun is beginning to set of
Wait,
elephants.
17
out.
17 plus 6 is 23. Yes?
Yep.
Yes.
You see shapes of elephants out walking across the grassland, but these noticeably have trunks. And so you're like, okay, you're kind of like, you're on thin ice, don't fuck us up, but it works. Like, they're okay. As you look, you do
Enhance
see a number of other creatures walking around. Who is setting up camp?
Well, I know it ain't me, because I'm on the lookout.
Judith is beginning to try to set up a fire.
Would I notice this with my passive perception?
Yeah, you all would. I just
Great.
if Lemba were to see these creatures, she could turn into them. But I'm assuming she's too busy setting up camp.
I don't know. I'm setting up the camp as well, so you're going to tell me that there are elephants in the distance?
There are elephants over there if you would like to notice them.
I like elephants.
These are nice elephants. Do you see how they have a big, long thing for their nose?
I like the little elephants.
Yeah,
You're so mature.
the big,
big,
long nose,
long
that's called a
thing.
trunk. If it has a trunk, it's nice. If it doesn't have a trunk, it's mean. Those have trunks, so
Is
they're
it
nice.
badass?
No.
They are very cool.
You want to know what else is cool? Setting up a fire properly.
I can do that.
Do you want to learn to make a fire?
I did it. She points and there's a pile of sticks and like 3 blades of grass.
That's a good
That's
start.
We're gonna go.
You like
We're gonna
to
go
learn
grab some.
Right.
We're gonna go grab some some other things that we need. Come with me. We're gonna go grab some stuff.
Okay.
Great. And we go on the outskirts of just where like the thing is at. And what?
No, I'm waiting for you to finish.
And I'm just like, okay. So what we need is some dry brown leaves or
Like
some
that?
really tiny sticks.
She points, and the grass is kind of this burnt yellow color.
That's perfect. That's what we need. You want to go grab a whole bunch of that? Like 2 big handfuls.
She goes hands first and just starts gripping. And it's just taking handful. It's like more mess. She's losing more than she's collecting. But she does come back to you, dried grass in her hair, all over her horns, and in her hands. She's like, I did it.
Yes, you did. And you did a great job. Now we're going to take this.
I set them on fire?
We need to put them in the fire pit that we're going to make. So let's go back over to where you put the sticks.
Runs back to the fire pit.
Walk carefully, please. I don't want you falling down.
Stops and starts walking like this.
That's better. That's good. And then I go back over to her. Just
Let
like,
her run.
what?
She doesn't have a weapon. She's a child. Let her run.
There are other things that are happening around us. I am teaching her proper manners. Thank you. Just
Stab
like,
it.
great. Now that we're here.
You can also stab things that annoy you, Jude.
No.
I'm kidding. I did not say that out loud.
Just
Did
like
not say that out
so.
loud.
You can set the grass down, but don't like just drop it. Put it in a nice little pile.
Okay, and she like makes this very nice little pile in a ring, almost like a bird's nest, but it's just the outer ring around the fire.
That's a good start.
Yeah.
So, what we're gonna do, we have these big logs. I grabbed logs while she was
Yeah,
back
you
in
were
the grass.
collecting other stuff,
Just
I'm
like
sure.
so. We're gonna stack them this way because it'll give us a nice fire and a good place to cook the meat that we got from those really big meaties. Okay?
Badasses.
No.
Oh my god.
No.
Badasses are good terms.
Badass is a good thing?
I
Yeah.
pull out all my meat from my
X.
backpack.
Yeah.
Stop.
The bad guy, the meanies are evil. They're bad guys.
Bad guys.
Bad guys. X gets real deep. Bad guys.
We're gonna cook the bad guys.
Yes, we are.
And then we're gonna eat the bad
We
guys.
travel with the
We
children.
eat bad guys.
No.
No.
X, go with Lemba. Lemba, take X away while I'm
And like
making the fire.
grab X's ear and pull her away.
You are not tall enough to reach my ear.
I reach and I realize
Yeah,
I
she
can't.
is.
Oh, I'm like
Her
6 foot.
her arm can stretch for the 6
She's
foot.
like 5'2".
Yeah, but it's not like her arm is 3 inches. I mean, she
Yeah.
can reach.
Fine. X kind of shakes it off and goes, fine.
Look,
And-
I'm 6 foot. I'm pretty sure she in the real world can
yeah,
grab
but
me by the
my
ear.
ears are on the top of my head, though.
They're here on the side, kinda.
Bullshit. I kind of shake off and go, fine. And I go, I'm going to go look for turtles.
Okay.
And I walk
They're
away.
gonna go away for a little bit.
Lumber should stay near
A-
Judith.
A little bit.
Okay, fine.
It's okay. We got.
Do you
we
really
got
not
them.
trust me?
No, but if Lumber comes with me...
You guys.
Lemba's
go.
going with you.
No,
to
Lumber,
get-
I'm going to go look for turtles.
No, we got this.
And you, okay.
You go with them,
Anyway,
I'm going with
so this is what
them.
we're. So now that they're set up like
18.
this, all that grass that you grabbed, that really good yellow grass, put it underneath. I did like the log, like just the 4 log things that make
Yep.
the cross. Just like put them underneath without really moving the logs. Okay,
She sits there for a second, thinking,
like this.
and then gathers it all up and just starts stuffing it. It's like the worst possible looking version of it, but it works.
I mean, that's gonna work just fine.
I did it.
You did, and it looks good. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab Lemba because she can easily use a tiny little bit of magic to get a spark started, but we're not gonna use a giant fireball.
Make that very clear.
Lemba, can you please come over here for a moment?
What you mean?
I need a spark so we can start this wonderful fire that Judith helped
Can't
me
we
make.
use her hot sword?
You made the.
The hot sword won't work because it doesn't emit fire. But
Yes,
Lemba,
it does?
when you no, not when you just have it.
Okay,
Use
you know
it.
what I'm gonna do?
It does when I go,
I take out my hot sword and I set it up, And I'm like, do you want to help me light the fire?
Yeah.
Okay.
Be careful.
Hold that sword. And I like do the thing where she holds it and I hold it.
Yep.
So I'm like controlling
Like
her.
holding a kid's hands with a lighter.
Yeah.
Remember what happened with the javelin? She
I'm
got
not
shot.
worried about it. She's holding it. It's fine. You're fine,
Okay.
right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, ready? We're gonna slowly poke your leaves with the tip of the sword.
She kind of pokes. It's not on fire yet, so it's just she's poking it. She's like, okay, where's the fire?
Ready? We're gonna say a magic word. That is not the magic word.
Every time she does it in the distance, it's okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
Ooh, sketchy.
Ooh, sketchy. And it just goes, and she jumps, and you kind of keep her from, pulling it back.
It's
But
okay.
it does light up, and she was very afraid for a second.
And then we
My
pull the
goodness.
sword out and we turn it off. I'm like, you made fire.
I did.
Good job.
Good job.
Yay!
You may now go with Lemba and go back to X and do whatever you want to do.
X is
And-
I figure we will just sit here and make
Make a
food
stealth check.
and put her to bed.
Probably for the best idea.
I'm gonna make some.
21.
21. You turn around, you have no idea where X went.
It's nighttime, right?
The sun is setting. So you still have some light to work with.
So if I do my cook's utensils, will it last until the next sunset?
Let me put it this way. Right now,
Because it's 24 hours.
I would put it at 7 p.m., roughly,
Okay, so until 7 p.m.
until 7 p.m. the next day.
Okay, cool. Sick. I'm gonna make a cook's utensils with a 1 tier 2 food and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 tier 2, and then the rest is gonna be tier 1.
Are you including Judith?
Yes.
Okay.
So that should be 5 total. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? Correct?
Yep.
Okay. Alright. So I'm gonna do that.
What you picking?
Do I have to roll any numbers?
No.
Dice.
No.
I'm gonna choose heroism.
All right. So explain what that will do.
Right? Yes. Consumers of the meal may add the total modifier value of the meal's ingredients to a single attack roll within the next 24 hours. The added bonus would bring the rolled value to a nat 20. The roll is treated as a nat 20 and becomes a crit hit.
So if you roll a 15 with all your modifiers, you can add a +5 and it's automatically a nat 20.
So hold on a second.
Now
What does the tier 2 do then?
The tier 2 means that it's a +2.
So shouldn't it be?
So it's a 1
Shouldn't it be
tier
6?
2, so it's a +6.
It's a +6.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Nobody forget that.
Yep. Keep track. You have a +6 to a single attack roll within the next 24 hours.
Yep.
Okay.
+6.
So
So if we do encounter something on the road again, we'll.
or in the middle of the night.
Okay. If you're gonna play it that way, then yes.
So it takes you until 8 o'clock to finish making the meal, and then you guys are able to consume it relatively rapidly. It's about 9 o'clock at night at this point. You're going to begin your rest.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna lay down and go to bed.
All right. And I did more research. Your trance is easy enough. You can still use your aura. I did the research for it after last time.
Realizing I was right.
Oh my
Yes. But if I make a ruling in the moment, even if you think it's wrong, humor me because I can do the research later. Okay?
Yes. Let's go
I
to
will
bed.
argue every time.
You can argue
I'm
every
gonna
time.
argue it because I was so right in that last
Yep,
instance.
no, I get it. But if I make the ruling for the moment, trust me.
I mean, I give
will
in.
deal with it.
I mean, I give in. I'm not that hard
Yeah.
pressed about it, but I just want to make my displeasure known.
Oh, that's okay.
Which is why I still think Stella
I can
is
just
in
keep
that.
track, and every time I can add hit points to the next fight.
No! I'm sunburnt
Shit.
and in pain.
So,
Alright.
it's 9 o'clock at night.
It's Betty Bye. Actually, it's 10 o'clock at night. But
No, it's 9 o'clock at night in the game. Do we want to take a second, take a break,
No.
and then come back?
I'm good.
No, I'm good.
Let's
Okay.
do.
Alright. So, for the rest of the night, you all find rest. Is anybody going to stay up?
We probably should, since we
Um,
are in the middle of nowhere, we just
yeah.
gotta check my
I will for the
pocket
first half because I only need 4 hours for my trance. So I'm just going to do the first half and then I'll do my meditation before.
Alright.
I'll do it for like an hour because I still need like my full.
You can do it for 2 hours and still get your full rest.
Oh really? Okay.
That's
I'll
how
do
I'm
it.
ruling it.
I'll do
So
it
that
for
way
2
you can
hours,
break it into
then.
like 3-ish shifts.
I'll do it for 2 hours after Lothric.
Perfect. I'm
Alright.
going to roll a perception and see what I see doing my
Roll
thing.
And then
perception.
let's just hope we're okay. The rest.
What you got?
That's an 8.
An 8. Okay. You kind of get lost looking back and forth from Judith to the fire to X to Lemba to the rest of the group. Oh yeah, X is hidden, so you're trying to figure out where she is.
This is hidden.
But you
X
kind of
will
keep
help
thinking
you.
about it, and you're thinking about everything that happened in the last day, and kind of following that train of thought, and realize part of the way through, every now and then, oh, I should be keeping an eye out. And every time you check, nothing seems to be around.
Right.
Your watch comes to a close easily enough.
Hey, Celeste.
Oh,
Celeste.
yeah.
Celeste.
Is it my turn?
Yeah.
Okay. I groan and I get up and sit up and start looking around.
Ray, I take a trance.
Conk out.
Alright.
What is it? Perception?
Mm-hmm.
That is a 13.
Yeah, 13.
That's not that good.
Better than mine.
You're able to
Wizard's
keep
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
you're able to keep a fairly okay watch.
Okay.
It's nothing crazy. You do see shapes in the night over the grass, slinking shapes, cat-like in nature, but they don't come anywhere near the fire.
You're good.
So you kind of make it your business to stoke the flame as high as possible.
Yep.
Make sure nothing comes too close. But your watch comes to a close.
Alright, and if I'm aware, or not aware, if I'm not mistaken, I think we all are just gonna go to bed after this.
There is still another watch that you could do.
I don't know if I want to do another watch, though.
No, you've already spent your 2 hours. There's just another 2-hour shift.
Yeah,
So if you don't wake anybody up, you can risk it.
Oh,
Then we're all just sleeping and nobody's watching.
that's true. Probably someone should watch.
Or wake someone up.
The only other person to wake up is Lemba.
Yep.
Because you can't find X.
Yeah, do I see X anywhere? I just want to know.
No.
No? Okay.
She hid way too well.
Damn.
Stealth, bitch.
I go over to Lemba and I shake her awake.
Ah.
Hey, Lemba, do you mind taking watch?
Sure.
I conk the fuck out immediately.
Well, I pull you back before you walk a little
Oh,
bit. Lay down
okay.
here with Judith.
Oh, yeah. I fall asleep right next to Judith.
Don't me get her away from this child.
I grab her little hand so I know she's attached to me in some sort of way.
She starts to kind of pull it back in because she's wrapped up in a little blanket. But she kind of relents and you have her by like the pinky finger.
Okay, that works.
So-
The pinky finger.
So Lemba, make a perception check.
Alright, a perception. My mind blanked. Thank you. I was trying really hard to do the math in my mind. I was like, what are numbers? 23?
23.
Oh, that's a good one.
You are, at this point, able to see a number of creatures in the night. You do see lions as they make their way across the savannah. A few different other nighttime creatures. There are some hyenas about, and it takes you back to when you fought gnolls when you first traveled through the area that traveled with hyenas. And you're a little bit careful. You want to keep the fire up, but not too high to where you're visible. So you take quite a bit of effort cultivating the fire because you're able to do so. Keeping it low when it needs to be and high when it needs to be. You spend a bunch of time that way. You do passively notice, X, where are you?
I'm about 8 feet in a tree.
8 foot up a
Oh
tree.
my god.
You found one of the sparse trees around the campsite area and found your way up, and you're able to look up and just barely kind of see her. Tail dangling just a little bit.
Because I'm wrapped in my black cloak.
Kind of softly snoring. On that note, as you all find your rest, X, you find yourself kind of drifting off to sleep in a tree.
Uh-oh.
And as you do and your eyes close, it's like you, as you are asleep, time doesn't seem to pass quickly. Like normally when you sleep, sometimes it's you fall asleep and the next minute you wake up and you don't feel like you slept at all. Sometimes it feels like you've slept for years and you're not sure. But right now it feels like time is passing like normal, just like if you closed your eyes. It's hard to tell if you're fully asleep. But it is dark. And what you do see in the distance is a number of silvery shapes just in front of you.
Do I recognize any of these shapes?
Yes, I'll say they're tree stumps. Just ahead of you, you can see like 2 of them, and maybe the outlines of a few more, maybe about 10 feet from you.
I walk towards them.
You walk towards them. It's cold here. You aren't used to being too cold. You have resistance to it. You're built for it. But you're still cold. Almost like your very body heat is being slowly sapped from you.
Is there snow on the ground?
Looking around, no. It's just darkness. Like nothing is there. And as you approach the stumps, you see a number of stumps as you travel. You take another step and another, and you're walking through what would have been a grove of trees. Except there are no trees. There's just these stumps, covered in a silvery dust, almost like ash.
I walk up to whatever one is nearest to me, and I just place my hand on it and run my hand across it, and pick up my hand to look at the...
You rub your hand over the top of it, trying to feel anything, identify what this substance is, but none of it comes off on your hands. It's almost like it's just there. Almost like it's what makes the stumps exist. Like if it wasn't there, you wouldn't know the stump is there at all. You can see just ahead another shape. A very small but taller shape. Seems to be a sapling of a young tree.
I walk up to it, slowly approach.
Right. As you approach, you notice that the grove ends. There are, at this point, 5 of these larger stumps than the other ones you've been passing. And in the very center of them, almost like it's this kind of little clearing, is this tiny little oak tree sapling clinging to life. But the same silver color, the same kind of ash ashy-looking substance on its leaves, almost like it's the sole survivor of a forest fire. And it is just barely holding on. Just beyond it, you see one of those larger stumps, and it has what looks like a human torso on it. Not made of that same silvery substance, but covered in it, almost like it's a stone statue that had lost its head and its arms, halfway embedded in this silvery stump.
I'll leave the sapling and I go and investigate the torso.
Looking into it further, you notice a few things as you go past the sapling. There is this kind of large stump with the humanoid torso. Seems to be a man's torso. Seems to be almost like someone broke a statue, and you can see rubble around it, but still shadowed in this silvery dust. And you can't seem to interact with any of the pieces. But you notice that there is a very distinct little divot in the stump in front of you below the torso, and in all of the other stumps around. Each one seems to have a bowl attached to it or sitting on top of it, each holding its own thing. But from here, you can't quite see what all of them are holding.
I'd like to investigate the bowls.
The bowls? So the first one, as you approach the statue, seems to be a bowl covered in blood. Blood on the interior. The next one, as you work your way around, seems to have cinders slowly fading. The next one is snow gently melting into a puddle, but never diminishing. The next one is this slowly whirling fog cloud that just remains in the bowl. The next is this thick pool of molten gold. And as I said, the last one that you come back to is this stained red bowl with a little bit of blood in the bottom. As you see all of this, your vision flashes and you're in a room. You are standing in front of a coffee table. And there is a couch to your side. There is a bed just across the way, kind of disheveled. There's a bookcase, broken, books all over the floor. And there's moonlight coming through the window that is broken. There is also noticeably 5 small bullet holes, roughly that size, about a walnut size, in the wood, all around the room, shedding the same bright moonlight. On the coffee table in front of you shines this little blue pulsing light. And you can feel your heart beating within your chest, and as you sit there for a second, trying to cope with what you just saw, you realize that it mirrors your heartbeat. Every time your heart beats, it grows just slightly, and goes back down, then grows just slightly. Faint, but trying. Almost like the little oak tree. What do you want to do?
I approach the coffee table
Alright.
to investigate the blue heartbeat.
As you do, you see this figure. Shadow, almost like Peter Pan's shadow removed from a physical form, on the wall behind the light. And it just kind of nods and looks at the light. You just see the silhouette. What do you want to do?
I kind of look at the shadow and I go, "Who are you?"
Shadow says nothing.
It's worth a shot.
Just nods towards the light.
I look at the light hesitantly and then I look back up at the shadow and I reach out and touch it.
As you touch it, and as you get much closer to it as you do so, you notice that it is a tiny shard of a blue gemstone. As you touch it, you see flashes like lightning strikes in a storm cloud. A vision. You see a flash of an emerald that gleams in the light before falling into a powder and then into a bottle. a collection of buds that spring into rounded-tipped oak leaves that age before your eyes to a vibrant green before they crumble as well into a dust and fall into the bottle as well. You see a vial of poison that you know well poured into the bottle as well, a poison known as scorchblood toxin, well known for its almost acidic properties as well as its neurotoxic and paralytic features. Finally, you see a vision of yourself picking up the bottle in your hand and looking to Lemba at your side, before handing it to her and drawing a dagger. In turn, you each cut your palms and bleed into the bottle as well, before you take it back and raise it to your lips and drink from it. Your eyes close and as you drop the now empty bottle, and falling to your knees, you hear the heartbeat stop as you lay motionless on the floor. The vision begins to fade, as does the rest of the room around you. 1 second. Takes some time. Nothing seems to change. The edges of the vision start to close in. 3 seconds. Nothing seems to change. Still no heartbeat. No one is around. It is just you on the floor before you, seemingly not breathing. 5 seconds. And just before the vision fades completely, you see your body begin to glow a familiar blue color. And you very quietly hear this very quiet but strong boop, boop. And then you wake up, and Lemba is sitting at the fire. You're currently still in the tree, but
I kind of jolt up real quick. Just kind of quickly get my surroundings to make sure what the fuck just happened.
Yep. Doesn't seem to be anything out of the normal. Lumba's keeping watch. She's stoking the fire. You do see some shapes in the distance, but nothing too crazy. And almost like when you look at the sun, and when you close your eyes and there's still the vision, you can still see the ingredients. Whenever you close your eyes, they're there.
And it's still during her 2-hour shift.
Yep. You've gotten a full night's rest at this point.
I drop out of the tree quietly and approach the fire.
Alright. Lemba, you see her coming up. She looks not disheveled, but slightly unnerved. But it's kind of hard to put your finger on why.
I sit down by the fire and I eat the last remaining leftovers from the previous night's dinner. So that my hero isn't there.
It's cold,
That's fine.
but it works.
I just sit there quietly, eat a little bit, and make sure Judith is alright.
Kind of watch her from across the fire. She's currently cuddled in like the big spoon against Celeste.
Big spoon.
And she just fits into the natural curve in Celeste's back. Just trying to be warm and comfortable and safe. And she's just kind of drooling into her back.
Oh,
but
great.
you're like, she's asleep. It's good.
Finish quietly eating. And as I pass by Judith, I just do one last final double take looking at Big Spoon on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Then I crawl into the cart in the corner where my backpack is and lean against it, and I just kind of doze back off.
Alright.
Good morning!
Not where I thought you were going to go with that.
See?
Oh, are you in the
just-
cart?
I don't know.
No, it's not morning yet.
As I say,
But
I just kind of
Lemba-
lean back in, and I just kind of
Yeah.
watch
She
until I fall
seems
back
unnerved,
asleep.
and then she goes off and just leaves. You can leave it alone. You can do what you want. You have maybe an hour left in your shift.
Just as she's walking away and I see her still kind of saying to her, "You okay?"
I just ignore her. Pretend I don't hear her.
Rude.
As you find some more comfort within the cart, you think back, trying to understand the vision. And you've seen that blue gemstone before. You've known that they've got plenty of things to do with Lemba, You notice Serenity wears one around her neck for the most part. Seems like these things kind of keep cropping up. And you know that this is something that was at one point, given one of your previous dreams, surgically implanted into you. And you kind of look down and think about where the scar is in your chest.
Sunburn.
And realize something happened. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that you all had filled her in. When you had died, back in Moonshape,
It went.
the thing shattered and brought you back. And the pieces flew off.
And there was like a green mist.
There was a man who just nodded with a sad expression.
And like green. I remember green distinctly.
Green, a crown of oak leaves, and then he disappeared, fractured. You kind of think about that and wonder what it might all mean. But soon enough, morning comes.
Cool. We should get on our way, boys, to the nearest town. Get the fuck out of this savannah and get to the capital.
X is up early and prepping the space.
Yeah, well, I need to hurry this fucking journey up. We need to get to our safe house. Well, probably not where we're going, but yeah.
When I wake up, am I still Little Spoon?
Yep.
Damn. I jolt awake because she's not anywhere in front of me, so I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And then I turn around and I'm like,
And her little hand is on your shoulder.
That's my kid. Always big spin. Always big spin.
I tuck her back in, let her sleep in a little bit, but I go to the fire and start trying to find some breakfast.
So you begin kind of making some basic food as everyone wakes up for the morning. You know, it's not a cool morning, it's the savannah, so it's relatively warm and comfortable enough, but a lot still to some extent. But easily enough, you're able to make yourselves a nice breakfast, and in time, hit the road again, unless there's anything you want to deal with.
Nope.
Nope, we better get going.
Everybody ready?
Yep.
Hold on.
No!
Yeah!
And get fucking whiplash again.
As you do, you hit the road with a little bit of speed, and then the horses calm down and they go back to normal. Over the course of the day, you've been traveling, and now you are very, very aware of everything in the area.
Yep.
You've traveled this area before. At this point now, all of you have. So, for the sake of brevity, yeah,
Never left
you
your
have
home
not.
before.
This is a place of wonder, but for the most part, the group is careful enough to know what's going on. Really, the only thing that got anywhere near you was the Pachynots, because they look like elephants to some extent. And so it was enough to trick you guys, but knowing that, you are able to avoid the majority of anything too dangerous. And so, over the course of the day, you watch the environment change from savanna slowly into almost a rainforest-like territory.
Fancy!
Make a nature check, Lumba.
I would
And
love a
Lothric,
good
actually.
nature
So are we
check.
heading, just to be clear, I know we were here at Timber Falls.
Owie!
Are we making our way like straight across, or are we going towards Dawnsbrook?
Yes,
Yeah,
we're on the road.
Okay, but we're on our way to Dawnsbrook?
Sort of.
I
I mean, we have to pretty much stop there on our way
I
to
just
The
want
town.
to
road
make sure, I want to
goes
make sure
to
we're not just
Dawnsbrook.
cutting straight across.
No, we are on
Yeah,
the
if
road.
you're cutting straight across, there's a lot more going on.
No,
Okay,
we're
no,
on the road.
Okay, and then from Dawnsbrook, we're going to try and go to Pine Hall?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just so I keep it
Then
straight.
go, then go with Pine Hall.
Sick.
I got a 19.
19. What you got, Lovert?
Subtract 10.
Okay. So, Lumba, easily enough, you're like...
Oh, sorry. Subtract 12.
Okay.
Seven.
I got
The answer's
7.
7.
So, you're able to easily enough kind of sit there and be like, well, from Savannah, hot, dry, add a little bit of water, It kind of becomes a little bit more normal forest into what is now seemingly a highly rain-influenced, or at the very least water-influenced territory right before you would assume a swamp would take on.
Cool.
This would lead you to believe that you are relatively close to the Merc Coast. Yeah. So you're closer. You have to go through the very northern tip, northeastern tip of the Merc Coast to get to Pinehole, which is technically within the Delta region.
Yay.
So you know that you're probably within maybe a day's journey of Dawnbrook.
Yeah, we're still a day away from Dawnbrook. We're like a week away from Pinehole.
That's why we gotta get moving.
So it doesn't take much, and you do end up approaching, as the day goes on, closer towards about midday at this point, a large stone structure. The road has turned from this dry, packed dirt to a little bit more of like a wood influence, where it's holding everything together, making sure that stuff doesn't totally run off. Something to keep the road somewhat of a road. And it just becomes more and more developed the further and further you get. Until eventually, yes, you do reach a large stone structure. Looks like a gate. It has a portcullis, and as the road around it drops away, you're going across this raised stone roadway that leads forward to a platform with this massive gate on it. It's not like you couldn't go around, but it would be going through the lowland territory of kind of a swampy type area.
No, thank you.
So, ahead of you, what you see, if I pull up my notes, the environment is now at this point almost entirely rainforest and designed, leading more towards more of a swampy territory. But there's this gate and a collection of carts and handful of guards dressed in this green and purple cloth that goes over kind of shiny metallic armor. Each one of them has a kind of tricorn hat with a purple feather in it, but you do see one guard wearing a large tricorn with a peacock feather, directing the others as they examine different travelers' carts and take notes.
We have a big ass tusk in our cart full of venom, dumbass. We're fucked.
What?
We're basically
I love
crossing the
how
border.
this is
We're about to be searched by border control. Except we're not crossing a real border in the world, but
X would like to look for turtles.
Make a perception check.
Oh. Great. Okay.
10.
10. You don't see much. You're like, at this point, probably 10 feet above the water for whatever swampy territory there is, and it just looks like muck and mud.
X would like to make a roll for tortoises.
I rolled a 17 perception. Do I see any cool animals?
What you do see is a number of colorful songbirds.
Ooh.
You do notice some peacocks. Kind of
Right.
sparse in behind you, but not too much. There's plenty of life, but it's mostly insect, and you notice very quickly this is probably gonna be bad for bug bites.
Lovely. Let's go back to these men.
Yep, they're probably, you're like pretty much waiting in line, almost like trying to enter Bossing Say. You're like going
There's
up in
no
line
boys.
as they
Bossing
take them.
Say.
As you're heading up, you're able to slowly make your way forward as people come up in line. And people go through the gate and continue on their way. There is a cart with colorful kind of cloth over the top, set up like a traveling stall of materials that seem to be for sale, and a shopkeep that's just around. I know. She doesn't know it either. She doesn't get the Bossing Say reference either.
No, I got the Bossing Seg reference, but I'm waiting
She
for
said
shit
about
to...
the turtles.
Well, I mean, but I'm waiting
Oh.
for the shit to go awry, because I have a plan, boys.
Okay.
I thought you were sad about the turtle.
I mean, I am, but I have a plan for trying to smuggle all this shit across the border, if anyone wants to hear it.
Oh, I have a
One
plan
just
too.
doesn't pop in on the Earth King. We're not good.
That I don't get. I know it's from Avatar, but that one I don't get. I get that one. So does anyone want to hear my plan or not?
I want to hear your plan.
Cool.
What's your plan?
X whips out her turtle hat, puts it on, and says, "I will go distract them
No.
and tell them we are one giant turtle."
This is a bad plan.
This is so bad.
This
I
is
was gonna say
This is a
Roll a deception. Tell me to roll deception, goddammit.
you could put your tusks in my bag of
You have
holding
a
if you
poorly
wanted to.
knitted turtle hat.
I'll do it with disadvantage.
You're currently like 3 back in line. No one is talking to you yet.
X. That's a 25.
I turned to
And that's a
Lothric.
17.
No, that was a 2.
I know. It was worth a shot.
I love the
turned to Lothric.
creativity, but we don't need all of
I
that.
can
Thank
put
you.
your tusks in my bag of holding.
That's
if
a
you
much
want.
smarter plan.
Will you put this axe in my backpack in your bag of holding too?
They'll never know. Sure.
I got a lot of
Why would
I
it-
got the bag man.
Why would it matter though?
Oh yeah, we met the bag
You
man.
see a
Cannot
young man
recommend.
with this purple feathered tricorn hat finish up with the
I,
cart in front of you
I
and start
reach
making
over
his way
and
towards
tie
your
my
car.
bag shut really tight.
I mean, I think
Like,
you only
why-
have to put
why am
somebody
I putting
into
this
the
in there?
bag.
We'll talk about that later. Let's put all this shit in the bag of holding because I've got a lot of contraband in my backpack.
I open
While
up my
they're
bag of
discussing, I'm
holding
slowly
wide.
telling Celeste the story of how we met the bag man.
X goes, seriously, if we don't put this shit in her bag of holding, I will become a turtle distraction because I have so much poison and drugs in my backpack.
I open it wide so everyone can put their shit
X starts
in
shoving
here.
her backpack in here.
Oh
Just
my
the whole
God.
backpack just starts
It
shoving.
takes some doing, but you're able to do it.
Cool. And then I shove the
Alright.
great axe in there. I have a
Yep,
great
you're
axe.
able to do
Sure,
that
I
one too.
put the tusk in there as well.
Cool.
It should be okay, right?
You take the tusk
long as we know
and
what it looks
begin
like
to
when we
put it
reach-
in,
Yeah, make sure you know
And
what this
just
looks like.
I did.
barely get to the point where it's like sticking out just slightly. Based on the things that you have in it, you aren't yet at capacity, but you can make it fit, just barely.
I'm tying the knot really tight so nothing slips through, and then I stick it back on my
Over your shoulder.
No, I think I'm putting it on my hip. I think.
It's like a messenger bag. Pretty much.
Oh,
It's about that size.
oh, okay. Then I'm putting it around my shoulders like a messenger bag. Yes.
Cool. Alright.
So,
Were you thinking that the bag was Hermione's bag of hold? From Harry
no, but that
Potter?
would be cool.
X is still in the corner with her turtle hat on.
Sad
pouting.
enough.
You have
I
your
do
turtle
not
hat on.
understand
It's
that
like
reference.
Never
not
mind.
made for a dragonborn, it's made for like a human, and so you kind of have it set precariously and tied on the top of your head. And this kind of young man comes stepping forward, removes the quill from his hat, and takes this pad and flips a page over for parchment, and begins to try to take notes. Seemingly has this quill that has an inkwell in his hat, and just kind of takes his record. Takes a step forward and says, "Hello, welcome to the Dawnbrook Gate. We are here to ensure a little bit more of your safety. Compliance would be very much appreciated. But my name is Renaud Leafold. Let me know how I can be of help. In the meantime, I just have a few questions.
Sure.
Yes.
Yes. How many people are within your group, and what are your names?"
5.
5.
I'm a turtle.
We have
I
X.
see you have a 6th, the little girl.
Yes.
6. Okay.
Wait.
Names?
No, 5.
No, 5 with
the
Judith.
little
There's
girl.
only 4 of us here.
Oh, yeah, sorry. It's
I was
back.
about to say.
I included Judith.
Okay, well, if Randolph can't count, I can tell
I
him
was
I'm a
sitting there
turtle
thinking about
as a
Sudi for some
25
reason.
with my deception tactic.
So, yep, just the 5. 4 adults, 1 child.
And your names?
That matters.
X. Lumba.
X. Lemba.
I'm a turtle.
Lothric.
Lothric.
Judith.
Judith.
And Celeste.
And Celeste.
I rolled 25 on
And
deception. I'm a turtle.
which one of you is X?
This one.
X just goes, I'm a turtle.
Sure.
Okay.
Don't ask.
Turtle. Dragonborn. Which one of you is Lumba?
That is me.
She's
That's
not
you?
a turtle.
Tiefling. Mother of Judith?
Yeah.
Judith's mother. Lothric.
Me.
Yes. Okay. Plant elf. Judith.
I like
Little
this
one.
I like put my hand on Lothric's leg, be like, don't make a scene, don't make a scene.
Little tiefling girl. Celeste.
I'm gonna make a scene.
I'm
gonna make a scene.
Don't make a scene.
I'm gonna make a scene.
Gray lady. Tattoos. Alright.
I like the really.
What is your business?
Pleasure.
No, we're passing through. We're on our way to Pine Hall.
Traveling and pleasure.
Okay.
Maybe for some of us, but
We're just trying to get
Traveling
to our house.
for pleasure. Okay.
Cool. Or that.
Oh my god.
I'm just trying to tell you we're connected.
Do you have any specific cargo that you wish to declare?
Just regular traveling and adventuring gear?
Do you have adequate supplies for the journey?
Yes.
Yes. If not, we will probably get some more supplies in town.
Have you traveled through the Merc Coast before?
Yes.
Yes.
You are aware of the shadow creature?
Yep.
Good.
Creature.
At least a competent half of us are.
Well, half is better than most.
What?
What does competent
I
have
don't know.
mean?
I don't know what word I was looking for there.
I would not worry about it, Turtle Dragonborn.
I mean you, X. I mean you.
Well,
Like a little
this
grumpy growl.
is your paperwork. And he kind of pulls out a stamp from the side behind him. Oh, it's just my effect. You don't get a paper.
I know. I can still act out the process of grabbing something.
Stamps a seal. And what you do see as he hands it to you, Lothric, is this is a origin paper. He says, I thank you for your understanding in an effort to reduce crime, but also to take care of any travelers that may need rescue in the future. Traveling within the Merc Coast, this is an extremely dangerous region. We have designed this system to support any travel necessary. If you appear to approach another checkpoint gate, stop, get checked, have them take a stamp and seal so that they have a record of your journey. That way we know where to look for you if things go wrong, as they so very often do.
Oh no.
Otherwise, thank you very much for your cooperation. Safe travels. He kind of moves on.
Thank you.
He's got a lot of carts to go through, and he's like, get the fuck out of here, kind of thing. But you're able to see there is a wax seal that has the gate image imprinted into it with the words around it, and able to kind of look through it has who you are, your basic description, what things that you may not have declared at this point for basic traveling supplies, what your purpose of traveling is. It's kind of just a record, kind of a travel plan, so that if there were to be, say, a wealthy merchant that comes through, and a majority of you might know this, especially Lumba, as she has definitely traveled through here before, from Pine Hall. This is because the ruins near Dawnbrook are well known for producing shadow creatures, and those shadow creatures definitely take things on the road, and people go missing. There is also at the same time a very active criminal activity presence that has been a rival to your organization in the past.
Oh, great!
So they tend to be a problem, and this is in dual purpose: save who you can from whatever monsters might try to take people within the already naturally dangerous region, and limit crime activity and criminal activity for smuggling in and out of the region.
Okay.
So,
I was just
You're
trying to
able
get through
to-
this place as fast as possible.
you're able to make your way on forward through the gate, and as you do, the road gives way to a raised platform, almost like a wooden dock. Ooh, it automatically switched.
I was about to
the
say, we're about
combat
to
music.
fucking fight something.
This is
Um,
some cool stuff.
But I'll switch it to creepy because it's creepy now.
That's better than
Um,
fighting.
But you are all on this raised dock platform, kind of a walkway that just stretches through this swamp. At first it's this forest, and then it moves into this more swampy territory, and from there there's just boardwalk dock. Kind of rotting, covered in moss, somewhat treacherous in places. But it's a road, and it's better than walking through the water. So you kind of don't have too much of a choice.
Let's get going.
Walking through or riding through.
Yeah!
No, not here. We're behind a whole bunch of other carts. It's going to be a little bit slow going through here.
Yep.
As you make your way forward, you are, with Lothric's a very eccentric handling, able to pass through quite a few of the carts and lead the pack, so to speak.
Fabulous.
So you're able to travel at your own pace for whatever you would like.
We would like
But-
to go fast.
Yeah.
You gather that the carts that are traveling in caravan for safety.
Perfect.
Oh, maybe we would like to not go so fast. Be by the other car.
Got it. Ready? Go. Yeah!
Bye.
Yeah.
And you don't allow to roll the scene.
Why don't we
You
make
leave-
such bad choices?
You leave the
I
caravan
don't.
behind as you
Just
make
the way
your
it
way
is.
forward and along through the swamp areas.
Just lean over
Like to
Lothric.
roll for turtles?
That was a stupid
Go
choice.
ahead.
Should I pull back on the reins?
Well, we're away from them now, dude.
Yeah, but I can pull back so we can just go at a trot.
Depends on if you want to be fast or safe.
Well, I'd like to be safe. I may not have chosen the right thing. I pull back on the reins.
You pull back on the reins. Okay. You're traveling at a normal pace now.
How far away from the actual city? Because I know that was like a
From
gate.
the actual city, from there, you'll probably be there by the end of the day.
Let's fucking get to the city.
Oh, never mind. We're
If
halfway
you
through
are,
the city. We
if
can
you
go
travel
fast.
at a normal pace, you may have to stop and rest for the night. But if you do
Oh.
travel at a fast pace, you are unable to stealth, but you will likely get there.
Yeah! Yeah! Huh!
All right.
Let's go!
Oh,
Come on.
okay.
Skip!
I
Alright.
hold onto the side of the cart for Julie.
Yep.
I look at supposed to go, hey, can I have my backpack back?
Oh yeah.
And my great, hey, take your damn horn.
I pull out my.
I don't need the horn now.
Yeah, but it's on top of my other shit.
That's not how a bag of holding
Wait,
works.
It's not how a bag of holding
But
works.
it was like barely shut on the
it's
tip.
not
Like,
sticking out. It's just it's shut.
Yeah, but whatever you want to
it
conjure
barely
up,
fits.
you would
yeah, but
go
she said it barely. I understand kind of how it works, but I would assume that if it's barely in the bag,
Nah.
it's
It means that
fine.
the bag is just
Fine,
full,
take
so
my-
whatever you pull out will be at the top for what you're conjuring
yeah.
for the bag of holding.
then
It doesn't
I
mean
take my
whatever you
backpack
put in
and
the
You
my
bag.
great
put your
axe out.
hand
I open
in
it
and think
up.
of your backpack, and that's the first thing.
I
that
think of my
comes up.
backpack and pull it out, and then I think of my great sword and pull it out, or my great axe and pull it out.
You're able to pull both out, no trouble.
Cool.
Yeah.
Better to have that with me.
As you travel for the first hour, there seems to be nothing of concern.
Keep an eye out, Ember.
I question that the first hour part, but okay.
Turtles.
You have 4 until you reach your place.
Oh, okay.
Turtles.
Roll perception.
11.
11. You see some normal turtles for the most part. It's nothing fancy. You've seen these kinds before. They are colorful, they are neat, but they're little turtles, just on a log. And you pass them by relatively quickly unless you stop.
Unless they're one of my special turtles.
Alright. For the next hour, anybody want to roll?
What? Perception?
Yep.
That is going to be a 21.
Okay, I was gonna give you advantage, but you don't need it.
I mean, you can. I have a +6, so if it rolls higher.
Just take the 21.
You see large, almost like cypress trees. Kind of this almost bayou-esque territory now as it leaves the rainforest kind of band behind. Lots of water, lots of large creatures swimming just below the surface. You suddenly consider that you are very glad that you are not in the water right now. That you are at the very least 10 feet away from the closest thing under there.
Turtles, tortoises.
Alright?
Son of a bitch, Tang.
Yeah, it's normal turtles. You do see one get on a log, and then this large catfish comes up and just takes it off.
Okay.
So, this is when the sun begins to set. It will be probably another 30 minutes So you have an hour and a half in the dark.
Good thing I have dark vision and I'm driving.
Yep. So
Same.
for the beginning
Well, I'm
of
not
that
driving,
hour,
but I
that
have
third
dark
hour, who's gonna roll?
You wanna roll? Or you want me to
I
roll?
apparently
Don't.
don't.
Can Lawford roll again?
He can. It just raises the difficulty class.
Oh no, I'm
let me
gonna
do it.
roll.
You got it? Okay.
Is that because you rolled twice in a row?
Yeah. The more consecutive rolls, the harder it becomes.
23.
23.
Nice.
You notice as the shadows stretch, there are things moving within them. And you think about all of the shadow creatures that you have been warned about, and realize a little bit more, probably don't really like the sun. So it's probably best to travel through here during the day and not in the dark. But you also know you're going to have to for like an hour, at the very least, to get to Darkbrook. You just have to hope to get there before they get to you. So, turtles.
Fuck! It's a 1 again. Sorry. It's my second 1 for a turtle look.
Oh my
In the-
god. Wow.
You
Sorry,
do
that
not.
was aggressive.
You do not see any more turtles. You gather because it's getting way too dark to tell. What you do see is this dog-like form step out through the water in the shadow of one of these cypress trees, and you see these glowing red eyes as it snarls at you from that shadow. The shadow still has to lengthen to even try to reach the walkway, and it'll be a while, so you'll probably pass it by. But you're very aware of what this territory holds now.
Bitches, we gotta hurry.
Yeah. So you have one last hour. This hour is almost entirely in the dark. It begins at the very beginning. The sun completes setting, and you are in the dark. If you travel at a normal pace, you can travel at a slow pace and be stealthy. You travel at a fast pace and just try to race it there. If you travel at a fast pace, you'll be there in a half an hour.
Done.
Fast pace.
Normal pace will be an hour. Slow pace is an hour and a half.
Fast pace.
Fast pace.
What time is it, by the way?
Right now, it is probably like 6 o'clock. So you have one more hour of your stuff.
Yeah, we have 1 more hour of my stuff. So if you want to do it, might as well. We fast? Fast going?
We're fast.
Yep.
We're going fast. Fast, fast,
Go
fast.
fast?
Say
Okay,
fast.
we're going fast.
Alright, who's rolling?
I can roll.
I had. Okay, go ahead.
My little. Oh, fuck my shit up. What is it? Perception?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an 8.
An 8?
Advantage.
Advantage? Cool, thanks. Oh, it's worse.
8. You guys are fucked.
It's worse. It's a 6.
It's a 6. Do you want to do a turtle check?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you have dark vision though?
Does a 16 do anything?
16? It does.
Oh.
You don't see anything.
Bullshit.
You don't. Not with your low roll. You're keeping an eye out for shadows. And in the dark, it's all shadow.
But I have good dark vision.
Yeah. But trying to discern shadow from darkness is extremely difficult. Fortunately, you do not see Tauruses or turtles.
Okay, you're gonna lick your cookie.
But you can, at this point, darkness with no dark vision is oppressive. Which is why you're not looking for darkness or shadows. But you see eyes.
Ah, fuck.
Ah, shit tits.
You see 22 sets of eyes in the dark. Some normal, some creatures, eye shine as you travel, catching the moonlight.
Good shot, Callie.
But the majority of them being red and slinking, and you hear water moving, and then you see 1, 2 up onto the road behind you.
fucking go.
Can I do another perception?
And they just slowly creep towards the cart as it travels.
We are going
Keeping
fast,
pace,
right?
keeping pace, and speeding up to slowly gain as you travel.
But you already set some shit on fire.
We are going fast, right? We're going.
Yep.
Yeah, but these things are
30?
shadows at night. They're fucking probably. He said they're matching our pace.
They're matching and then slowly gaining.
Set
So
something
they
on
have the
fire
opportunity.
behind us.
Can I use a spell?
If she points them out to you guys.
Oh yeah, guys, there's lots of eyes. Look.
Ah!
Can I see the
As
eyes?
you look, those of you, especially Celeste with massive dark vision like yours,
Massive dark vision.
you do catch the eyes. And
Oh,
you
fuck.
see an absolute horde. 5 to 6 of these shadow-like dogs or wolves
Shadow
behind
dogs?
you. You see a number of other birds, creatures, almost raven-like but dripping with tar, kind of flying their way through the air slowly behind you, larger than even an eagle would be.
Dude,
You see 3 large humanoid figures.
Oh, guys, we have.
Behind them all, and they just kind of stare and then make eye contact with you, and you see this toothy grin. They have these large bat-like wings and curved horns,
Oh, fuck.
and they just kind of smile.
I'm relating
And
this back
as
to the group.
you make eye contact with them, who's driving?
Lothric.
Lothric? What you see as you glance over your shoulder is a number of these eyes, but it's a mess of eyes and you don't look too much further because you're driving. You see the gates of the building for the city ahead of you. They may be 300 yards from you at this point. As you
So close.
make this eye contact and you see this large creature crack a smile, it turns slightly as it glides, not like altering its movement, and just kind of points one crooked finger with a long talon on the end at the cart, at which point the shadows fucking erupt. The hounds begin to bay and scream, and then this relatively cacophonous call of birds. Almost things that you've heard before, but not quite. Almost like they've been altered. And you see them all break into a full sprint towards the cart as it goes.
Fuck.
Judith
fuck,
starts
fuck.
crying.
I
yell.
Guys, we gotta go.
I say, Judith, head down, and I push her towards my backpack, and then I go, Lothric, swamp, and cause I'm not gonna be able to do shit, so I go, I'll fucking drive, you have magic, and we like hot swap this shit.
Alright.
And I go, yeah!
Okay. This is a chase sequence. This is going to be 3 consecutive skill challenges.
Oh.
You can add whatever skill or whatever other thing you would like to it. Whatever you want to do. But each and every single one will have the driver make an animal handling check.
Oh, son of a
You picked
bitch!
the wrong person to drive.
Well, I
You
think
can change it after the first one if you like.
okay.
Great.
And the rest of the passengers, whoever they may be, can do whatever you feel is necessary to aid within the skill check.
Oh, that's alright.
The driver cannot make the skill. The one of the passengers has to. You can make a attack roll to try to attack. You can attempt some other skill check to try to figure out more and learn more and escape. Whatever you want to do. But it begins now.
Okay, so what do we do?
So, make an animal handling check.
Son of a bitch. Please.
Anybody else that wants to do something, this skill check will help.
okay. So I'm assuming I see everything that was just...
Yep, now you turn around and you see this, almost like this tar-like wave of creatures.
Boy, I don't know if I could do really
More and
anything.
more begin to come through, dripping almost like the shadow monsters from Princess and the Frog. They come their way through.
15
15? Okay.
for animal handling.
Is there anything that's like 10 feet
No.
away from me? No.
They are at this point probably 50 feet from you, but they are rapidly closing.
Yeah, I can't. I cannot do anything.
Can I look at the front 2 things that are chasing Or is it just a massive shadow?
It's this massive group. Some of them are pulling ahead, some of them aren't. It depends.
I'd like to point at the first two and use my command at second level and say halt and hope that it trips a lot of them.
Okay, alright.
Nice.
So they get a save.
Good one.
Target must succeed on a wisdom save.
That is a 4.
No. It doesn't.
So, these two
Hell yeah.
creatures, this one giant kind of shadow mastiff, and then what seems to be a large, almost shadowy crocodile sprinting, both of them at full speed towards you, just stop. And a number of these other ones try to continue over past them. 2 or 3 of them slow down and fall back behind the massive creatures. The rest of them continue to roil over, trampling the others, continuing on their way to try to get to you.
Dude, get some space between us. I hope so.
You don't gain any space, but you also do not go off the walkway.
Alright, who has good animal handling?
I do.
Alright, Lemba, swamp with me, and we like hot swamp.
Oh, okay, cool. I was gonna check a fireball, but I guess not.
Well, you want me to make another animal handling check with a -2? We're
God,
lucky
no.
I got a 15.
God, no, I do not.
Yeah, I know.
Do I have to roll now?
Yes.
Yep.
All right, here we
Roll.
go.
Anybody else that wants to do anything else, go ahead.
I can't do anything.
Alright.
I can cast Can I cast spells still?
I gotta say it.
Great.
6?
X just threw the range at me, and I was not prepared to catch
Yeah.
them.
Yep.
Alright, y'all are not Alright, boys, you ready for this?
No.
I rolled a 21 for
21.
intimidation.
Intimidation?
I'm just gonna fucking roar at these shadows.
So here's what happens. Lumba gets the reins thrown at her and it hits her right in the face and gets caught around one of her horns.
I'm sorry.
And she almost gets pulled forward as the horses begin to buck, and they just end up being too afraid. They start to sprint full speed, but
Weren't
in opposite directions.
Wow.
They're still attached, so they can't get away, but they're pulling the cart back and forth, and so when you do finally have a chance, you're able to slow them down to the point where you now have control. Unfortunately, what that means is that they have gained steadily on you. The fastest of them is now one of the humanoid creatures, who looms forward, arm raised, with this massive, kind of almost white, glowing smile with this toothy maw.
How fast?
What did you roll for your intimidation?
Or-
21? 17,
and then I have a +4 for intimidation.
There you go. So, X, after throwing the reins, takes a step back, adjusts her belt, and just kind of steps forward to meet this thing face to face. As it's about to claw down into her, what do?
I just fucking roar.
You just
Dick.
scream this most primal, instinctual roar, and it sends the thing kind of reeling backwards, spinning back into the rest of the group. Now you're even. Next check. This will determine if you make it there in time or not.
Great. It's all you. What's your animal handling?
I hold.
I have +3.
Oh, same.
I mean,
Same.
everybody,
Can I give you
give
advantage?
this dice your admiration and love. We believe in you, sparkly green dice.
Can I give her advantage?
With animal handling, if you're going to go and help her.
Okay, I'm gonna go
You
help
need.
her.
Okay.
Yeah, it would take you out of any other check.
That's okay. I can't do anything.
19?
19?
That's pretty good. She doesn't.
Okay.
She doesn't need my
Anybody
help.
else want to do anything?
I'm holding Judith down so she doesn't fly out of the car.
I'll just cast Tasha's Caustic Brew again.
Okay.
Because it just goes straight back behind me.
Yep.
You said we
Oh, wait,
can,
no, I can't,
You said we
'cause
can do like an attack roll,
You
right?
can do an attack, you can do a spell, you can do whatever
Okay.
you want.
and
Nope,
you can add
just realized-
+6 to the roll.
What
Can't-
this does is
can't do that.
modify the animal handling score to beat the DC, which the DC varies based on how you are in the chase. You failed the last one. That's the way that I'll put it.
Oh boy.
So they are gaining, and they're very close.
Alright. So I'm gonna use my breath weapon.
Oh, good
Okay.
idea.
Okay, so I rolled a 15, but then because I did eat breakfast this morning,
Yep.
that Celeste made, that's
Then
an
that-
automatic 21, That's
Yep, it's an
21.
automatic 21.
which
Yep.
Does that give me the crit
That
technically?
does.
It does
said-
not, because
it
it's a
says-
+6.
Whoa! It says if the added bonus would bring the rolled value to a natural 20, the
Yep.
roll is treated as a natural 20.
It brings it to a natural 21.
Brings me to a 21 though.
Is that close enough?
No.
That's fine.
That's
It's fine.
that's
It
the
doesn't-
challenge.
It-
If I'm going to give you the ability to augment a nat 20, I'm going to let you...
Does a 21 hit?
21, it hits regardless. So roll
Okay.
your damage.
So I get 3d6
And
frost
Natasha's
damage.
roll your damage.
I can't because I don't have rotten flesh, but I am gonna use Mind Spike instead, and do it on one of the humanoid guys.
Yep.
So that's 10 frost damage,
Ooh.
and I just fucking... It's a 15-foot cone out,
Yep.
so I hit
Yeah, that will hit the
everybody
entire
running down
roadway.
the road.
So, what this will do is, given that it's that damage and you're going to use Mind Spike on one of the leadership.
Wisdom saving throw.
Yep. Nat 20.
No. Well, no.
No.
I'm gonna save the
Okay.
point.
Either way, it does succeed. Because I divided yours by 3, it's a +5 over the 20 difficulty class. You are successful. So you are able to pull back away as X takes a second after that primal scream, and you take a moment and look down at the roadway and look at the creatures, and you see them. They're still moving, and they're physically moving. Except for those humanoid ones that are gliding. The rest of them have to actually use the terrain. You're like, this will hurt them, and this will fuck them up. And so you blast them with this cone of cold energy, freezing the walkway in front of them and hitting the forerunners of the group, knocking them back. Those that remain and continue to chase have to slow down, because if they don't, and those that don't, fall off of the sides of the walkway. Only those 3 humanoid ones are flying forward on their leathery, kind of tar-like wings, making their way forward, mouths open and grinning towards you as you barely reach within probably 50 feet of the gate at this point. Riding hard as the gate opens and men and women are calling you forward, hoping to try to get you back in and into safety. And then all of a sudden, you see these 3 creatures as they gain on you, almost close enough to touch you. You see this massive column of light come from the wall ahead of you above the gate. 1 and then 2, as 2 sun spotlights rake over them and turn them to ash right before they can get to you. And you are all scattered, covered in this fine dust that washes and flies away as it goes through. And you are able to make your way into the city of Dawnbrook, but just barely.
Guys, you're lucky we didn't have one more turn, because I was gonna do deception next. I was just gonna yell, "We're fucking turtles," and see how it goes.
So, you've made it to Dawnbrook. You're able to make it in. The guards congratulate you and patting you on the back at this point. Some of them are like, "Whoa, that was awesome! You made it! Holy shit! You should have been dead. Oh my god!" You know, they're like, nobody ever escapes that kind of a thing, but you made it. Judith is crying and stressed out and afraid.
I'm stroking her head and her hair, trying to console her
It
because
takes
I was
some
holding her
time, but
down, kind of.
she's all right.
Okay, good. It's okay.
One of the guards comes forward. It's another one that has a peacock feather and a tricorn hat. He's like, "Well, I mean, congratulations. Can I see your papers?"
Here you go.
He takes it and just really quickly he's like, yeah, and stamps it and hands it to you.
Thank you.
Oh, welcome to the city. Best of luck on your travels, I guess.
Yes.
Find a spot for the night.
Thank you.
All right.
So how far is the next town from Dawnbrook?
The next town is Pine Hall. It's probably a few more days.
Really?
Wouldn't we go to Stormstall?
No,
You
it's
don't
further
have to.
south. We can go up and above it.
Yeah, but if we're following the road, though.
the road
There's
goes around
2
Storm
roads.
Hall.
I'm sorry, I'm blind from it.
It's also hard to tell on there. There's a northernmost road that goes over those hills. That goes through there.
I see.
Otherwise, you have to backtrack a little bit
It's
to
here.
go.
The intersection's here.
Yep.
Yeah, we don't want to backtrack.
No, we don't. Unless we have to
Unless you have to.
for the.
But
night.
so far, you don't think you have to, but you don't know.
Let's find a place to rest for the night. take a rest and then restock, and then leave as early once dawn approaches. Get the fuck out. We need as much daylight travel as possible.
Yeah.
So we can get the fuck to Pine Hall and out of this area.
You are able to, and I'm trying to pull up my notes, but it's loading still. You are able to find a number of taverns available, should you find them interesting. One of them is the Lucky Kobold. It's just within town. You go even further in. Most of the town is not walled, but somewhat protected by these towers. You kind of continue to go further in, trying your best to get to as much safety as you can, especially given the most terrifying encounter. And you're able to get to within that inner ring of the city. But from there you have, a few taverns that you pass on the outskirts and a few that are within. So there's the Lucky Kobold is the first one that I just know off the top of my head, but we'll find it shortly. There is... Come on now. Computer, just load. It's taking forever. There. So what you do end up seeing is in this area that you end up finding out is called the Old District. There is the Lucky Kobold, and there is the Lucky Kobold looks over this main kind of garden area of the upper dry land. There's another one called the Sleepy Crescent. There is another one that I believe is called the Willow's Rest or something like that. Out of all of them, the Lucky Kobold seems to be the nicest, but it really depends on what you're looking for. So
I think we just need to go to sleep.
Yep.
Whichever one's closest.
At this point, coming in through the road, it would be the Lucky Kobold because it's directly in the square.
Alright,
we'll take that one.
So, you're able to go in. Just inside, there is this kind of raucous tavern atmosphere. And there's a few people that are drinking and celebrating. It's not that late at night yet. It's just past sundown by like an hour. So, people are drinking, celebrating, enjoying their time. There is a dark-haired elven woman at the bar. Hair kind of comes down to her shoulders. She kind of has this bright, warm smile that as she looks over the rest of the group, she's like, well, hello, how can I, and she kind of sees Lumba and Celeste and Lothric and Judith and X and kind of pauses, gives you a weird look and moves on. Well, how can I help? Food, drink?
We need rooms, please.
You need rooms?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. That'll be,
How many, what's your...
How many do you need?
3.
3? Whose name can I put it under?
X.
X? Okay. Take 41, 42, and 43.
Sounds good. How much do I owe you?
Nothing. I'll give it to you for the night. She
Wait,
noticeably
what?
will not look at you.
Okay. I tell you guys, we have 41, 42, and 43.
Fabulous.
Pair up. And go to bed.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm. Alright.
I kind of pause a little bit, then I follow.
You guys can do insight checks.
You know what?
Yeah.
I am going to insight check this.
Yeah, that seems like a real good thing
you know
to do
what?
right
I
now.
was going to talk to her, but alright. Once y'all left.
14?
14.
I'm guessing it's
13.
Oh.
It was 7. I had to do the math. Ooh, damn, you got a good one.
13, but I don't know what my insight is because I put my laptop away. But, get back up I know my insight's pretty good, but I don't know what that is with my modifier. What down?
I am sending it to you guys in Discord.
Wow.
Oh!
I got a 16.
16? Well, then everybody beat the normal DC.
I'm almost there.
There's a very clear look of almost recognition, and then shame, and looks away.
19 was mine for insight.
19?
I pause.
From
They
being X?
They walk away, but I pause and I turn to her and I go, Do you know that Dragonborn?
No. I've just seen someone that looks like her. I guess I mistook her.
Can I do another insight check on that?
Sure.
Oh.
That is... Fuck. It's an 18 plus 6. There's a lot of math there.
It's 22 or 24. Nope. Yeah, 24.
For insight on her saying she's just known your face,
Insight or... Wait, is it insight or perception?
it's insight.
Yeah, then that. It's over a 20.
Mm-hmm.
24.
I just want to see if she's lying or not. By that. Or she's not being truthful.
Okay. So, what do you want to do? X is trying to shush you all off to bed.
I know, but I need to know.
I'm just taking
curious.
Judith to bed. I look at the lady
Yeah.
weird and I'm like,
Just like,
something's going on there, but I have this small child that needs to go back. Let's go.
I don't care. I grab Celeste and I just grab, and I'm just like, Celeste, just let it go. I want to know too, but just let it go. We tired. Let's go. I forcibly take her no matter what.
What does she look like?
She's a elven woman, half elven woman, stark black hair, shoulder length, bright blue eyes.
It's a little sus. I begrudgingly go upstairs.
Doesn't matter. I'm forcibly taking this
Yeah.
person with me.
Mm-hmm. You drag her upstairs. Each of you have a key. What rooms are you all staying in?
Well, they're gonna take 41. We'll take 42.
I was gonna say I was gonna take the room in the middle.
Alright.
42.
Yeah,
Do you really need 3 rooms?
I figure with small child going in middle.
That's true.
True. We'll take 41 then.
Yeah.
then
43 is open.
X
Whatever
gets
fuck she
her
wants.
own room. Ooh.
In case she gets another late night lady.
Great. Fabulous.
So you all head upstairs.
Yeah.
The woman kind of goes back to tending to the people at the bar.
Kind of sit there for a minute until
You
she's
sit there.
done. She's done taking orders.
She checks in and is like, what can I get you?
It's been a long time, hasn't it?
I'm sorry, I don't know I've ever met you.
Kind of look at her and go, "We both know you're wrong."
You know this lady.
Sorry, I don't know where you would get that idea.
Kind of chuckle and I go, "Okay, well then why would you give me the rooms for free?"
Also was wondering that.
I could see in your eyes you've been through a lot already tonight, right?
I'll have one.
Yeah. You heard the commotion from the gate.
Yeah.
I
What do-
assume that's you if you came in so haggard.
What do I have to roll to remember her name?
That would be a history check.
14.
14. You know that you've never seen this woman before.
Shit. It's worth a shot. Okay, I kind of nod my head and then I say, I must be mistaken.
Happens all the time. But what can I get you?
I'm alright, I'll just take a water and then I'll let you be for the night.
Absolutely. You have a good rest of the night. She sets a water down and moves on.
Grab it and I take it upstairs to my room.
You take it up to your room. Kind of take a second. You know, it's an evening. It's a lot, but you guys have been through quite a bit. You are all able to, for the most part, find nice, good rest. You two are asleep at this point in your room. Judith, after a long fucking fight to get her to go to sleep, she is now afraid of the dark.
Gee, I wonder why.
It takes some time, and it takes some time for you to get used to it, but you pretty much set up as many candles as you can get. And you have to go downstairs to this elven woman and ask her for more, but eventually, once you have the room almost completely covered in candlelight, Judith goes to sleep. About an hour into your rest, X, you get a knock at your door.
I sit up and I open the door.
In the dark, I'll do that. The half-elven woman is standing there, kind of wringing her hands slightly. Well, you have a minute?
What can I do for you?
Can we talk in private?
Kind of cock my head slightly to the side and I kind of look at her and then I say nothing and step to the side to allow her into the room.
She enters the room. Each room has 2 beds, and she goes and, still like visibly nervous, sits down on one of them, the one that you have not been laying in at this point, just kind of sits on the edge of it and continues wringing her hands. Your name is Zoithsil, right?
I look at him, I cock my head and I kind of smile and I go, so you do know me?
From small town in the Mistkeep?
I kind of nod my head, but I don't say anything.
What happened to your family?
My face kind of goes a little cold and I go, well, you clearly know who I am, so why don't you tell me?
This is going to be a more difficult conversation than I anticipated. And she kind of reaches into a bag at her side and pulls out a wine bottle and then 2 glasses. Pours a couple and hands you one. Just kind of a soft smile.
I take it from her, but I don't drink from it.
She pounds hers and pours another.
I take a small sip, but that's it.
It's good. Sweet wine. Red sweet wine. Do you ever wish things could be different?
I'm still kind of leaning against the door. I haven't moved from after it was shut. Leaning against the wall, and I kind of look at her and I go, sometimes, yes.
What happened with your father?
I take a bigger sip of the wine glass she's holding and I say, he died when I was young.
And your brother?
Killed by my father.
You can see she's visibly shaken.
Oh shit, we're getting some more.
It doesn't take much to see there's a tear in her eye.
I slowly,
What of your mother?
I kind of push off against the door frame and I walk across the room to sit on the bed opposite her. And I think about it for a second and I go, I honestly don't know. I remember seeing her get shot with arrows.
Is she alive?
I don't know. There was never a body found.
Do you hate her?
I don't know. I guess I've never really thought about that. I've always wondered where she was or why she did what she did. And I kind of lower my or I guess raise with
You raise your armor.
kind of
and show
raise
that scar.
the armor, and I show the scar running pretty much from like my throat, the bottom of my throat, down to like the bottom of my rib cage. And go, I guess I would ask her why she did this to me.
You feel kind of you don't feel, but you see the breath catch as she kind of takes a shuddering breath. Do you think she misses you?
Take another gulp of wine,
She does too.
and I say, I don't know. If she is alive, she's never tried to find me or make herself known. And if she's dead, it's kind of hard to miss someone when you are.
What if I told you I had met your mother?
I kind of straighten up in the bed a little bit and go, what do you mean?
Your mother is a complicated woman. There's a lot she regrets. There's a lot she wants to share but doesn't know that she can. She told me as much before. The one thing that I did know is that she does care for you and cared for your brother very much. I'm sorry to hear of his passing.
Well, if she cared, why did she leave? If she's alive.
More complicated things than you can ever imagine.
I take a gulp of wine and I sit silent for a second, then I look at her and I go, her leaving probably was just as bad as if she would have stayed. When she left, my father was beside himself with what she had done to me, and out of anger started drinking, to the point where he didn't know where he was. Not the music for this situation.
No, the playlist ended.
He used to come home late at night, and he used to come home late at night, reeking of booze. And he used to beat us and ask us why our mother left, where she went.
You can see she's gripping the wine glass really tightly. I've heard about him. He's never a good man.
I used to take the beatings for my brother. He was too young at the time.
I'm glad you protected him.
Well, one night my father came home and stumbled into bed and passed out as usual. And I had had enough. So I snuck into his room with a knife. And I attempted to kill him.
You can see she's still gripping the wine glass very tightly. You can hear kind of this squeak of glass.
But as I approached him and went to strike the death blow, I tripped over one of his bottles on the floor and made a crashing sound. And that woke him up. He found the knife in my hands and attacked me, pinned me to the ground, and snarled, and looked at me and said, "You shouldn't have done that. You'll pay for that." And then he took the knife and he dragged the blade down my right side, and I turned my head to where the scar running down my side of my face is, down to my chin. And then he hit me As I lay there on the floor, he opened the door and walked down to my brother's room. All I heard was a slight cry, and then nothing. So I got up and I ran. And as I entered the room, I saw my father standing over the dead body of my brother.
The glass shatters as she crushes it in her hand.
A knife in his chest.
She just drops the glass wine bottle and that shatters across the floor.
And in a blind rage, I attacked him. And I ripped his throat out with my teeth.
Her hands are clenched fists, kind of on her knees at this point. Her head down, you can't see her face, but you can see the tears coming.
He was my first kill.
There shouldn't have been any more. Shouldn't have had to be.
That's where you're wrong. There's always monsters in the world.
She kind of gets up and blood dripping from her hand goes to the window. Then looks out and says, "That's true. More than you'll ever know." Takes kind of a deep, shuddering breath. Knowing all this, do you want things to be different?
I pause for a moment. And then you hear a very soft no.
So be it then. She turns and leaves the room completely. You're left with the glass bottle of wine broken on the floor, a trickle of blood across the way by the window and back. And you hear her footsteps making their way down and out and then down the stairs, across the wooden floorboards. And you're left alone in the room.
Kind of stand there, and I just walk over the door and I shut it. And I turn around and I throw my back against it and slide down to the floor. And I just sit there.
What is your passive perception?
Is that like my passive? Oh, here it is.
Yes, oh,
Passive
yeah,
passive perception 14.
You hear the stifled weeping and wailing of a woman from downstairs.
I stand up and straighten my cloak and my leather, and I open the door and I walk downstairs to find her.
As you go downstairs, the bar is closed, door is locked, the room is dark. And sitting pressed up against the edge of the bar, on the floor, holding herself tight and just weeping openly but trying to cover it as much as possible, you see the half-elven woman.
Is she facing away from me?
No, she's facing you.
Okay.
She sees you coming and just kind of won't look at you.
I walk up to her and I stand, like, pretty much face to face with this woman.
Crouch down face to face.
Crouch down face to face. And I look at her and I say, Maeve, are you my mother?
Doesn't matter.
Yes. Yes, it does.
She kind of sighs and then dismisses the illusion. And you see before you a black dragonborn woman openly weeping on the ground, mourning the loss of her son, and what seems to have become of you.
I look at her. And I take a step back. And kind of cock my head a little bit. Fire! Say, fuck, let's go! Fists only.
She looks up at you. Her bright blue eyes still showing kind of the same expression that the elven woman had. She is sad. She is ruined. She mourns. You've known that kind of pain. You've experienced it. You can see she's going through it. And all she says is, I'm so sorry.
I take a step back from her and I just kind of cock my head and I look at her and I go, why did you leave?
I don't know that you'll believe me.
Try me.
I had to protect you. You and your brother. So I had to leave so that you wouldn't be associated with me. She kind of gets up slightly and goes to try to sit at a table. Puts her head in her hands, elbows on the table.
I kind of walk towards the table, but I don't sit, I just stand. And I once again lift up my cloak and I go, why did you do that to me?
It was the last ounce of power I could try to give you. Do you want to know the story?
I said, I kind of pause and I look at her and I go, only if you promise not to lie to me.
I can promise not to lie to you, but I can also promise that things will never be the same once you know.
I sit down across from her at the table and I say, start talking.
She kind of collects herself. I think now is finally the time that I tell you the story of a single, very lucky kobold. And that's where we're going to end off.
Oh, shit.
A mother's love, soft and sweet, a past that haunts her even now. In darkened night she did retreat, leaving her family with a silent vow. She would love them from afar, though she left in rapid haste. For their own safety, she must leave them, though she swears she will return. When she saves her family one last time, lest their bodies simply burn.